union and did hands with their jobs, right? Or hands with their jobs. That was your mom. I'm sorry. Jobs with their hands. My wife went to medical school.
Yeah.
Right. She has an expectation of what my daughters are going to do, and I could see my wife recoiling if any of them said, "I want to go into a trades job."
Right. She wants them to go for higher education.
Yeah, she already has an expectation, and I wonder how many parents that don't have experience with the trades when they were growing up see their kid or hear their kid go, "This is what I want to do," and they try and talk them out of it.
Well, it's hard because your wife went to medical school, and now she's a doctor, and she makes great living.
Yes.
So it worked. Her path worked out for her.
Well, yeah, she's brilliant. She's a brilliant. It's not like you and me could be like, oh, let's just go to Penn and be like dermatologists.
So you don't really have an argument against what she's saying.
Well,
I guess is my point. Like, because she goes, no, I make a great living. I mean, she can support your little stupid dreams. So I mean,
we have the same job.
I know, stupid dreams.
Okay, great.
But you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. But here's the problem.
Yeah.
And I think this is the dirty secret that nobody really wants to talk about as we talk about Trades Week and we're talking to all these folks that have these jobs trying to get kids. They are desperately needed, 18, 19, 20 years old, into these trades so they can continue to, build stuff for America.
Right.
There's this belief that if my kid goes to college, they will be successful.
Yeah, and that ain't the case.
That's a lie.
Right.
Right?
As a matter of fact, you're upside down.
Again, Terrible Time Timmy is here. He had nothing to do but come in this morning, right now, and he has a college degree. Kimmy makes the least amount of money on this show. She has jury duty. She is making more money today than she does on a daily basis.
Oh, they give you warm food.
Here on the show. Like, it's not a guarantee that your kid is going to be successful, even if they have a college degree. Not to say that your kid's going to be successful if they go into an apprenticeship, but, I mean, I would like to know what the success odds are when it comes to a union-type job versus a college degree.
That is one thing. Is like, if you go straight into the trades and you don't pan out, what's your fallback? What do you do?
The circus.
Well, you can go to community college and work your way back in if you want to. I mean, like...
If you want to, sure. But, what if you can't hack it there either?
Then you start a band, bro.
No, look.
We're the pipe fitters. Good night.
It's a valid question, Timmy, right? It does get to a point where there's too many walls to figure out what the next move is. But, I mean, there are two great options here. And if you can make that kind of money...
Oh, think of where you're going to be at 30. If you at a school, 18, you jump into the trades. Think of where you're going to be at 30 years old.
Bro, you're 100% right.
By 50, you're done. You could be done. If you're smart with your money, you could be done. You don't have to be... me.
Well, I don't know, though. You're buying all that sheet pizza every day, eating whole sheet pizzas. We got one Facebook message. You can always get us at WCMF, the Break Room Facebook page. Dave writes, the problem isn't the kids. The problem is the parents. They want their kids to have a better life, not doing physical work, and it's understandable. But working in construction, I've seen parents steer kids who wanted the job away out of fear they'd be hurt or they wouldn't live up to their potential.
That's true. So, my brother was a carpenter his whole life. He built ships in Cape Cod. And his mother and his father-in-law was like a big executive at a pharmaceutical company.
Sure.
And they always looked down on him.
Okay.
Especially the mother, because he didn't wear a tie to work.
But past that...
But even though he had this great job and a skill that you can't teach.
It sucks. It sucks. But past that, I mean, Tommy, what... Dave is describing is the traditional idea of the American dream, where a mother and a father, they work with their bare hands and they build and they build and they build so your kid doesn't have to do that, right?
But somebody's got to do these jobs.
I understand, but I guess maybe we shouldn't be so harsh on parents that want that for their kids, because that's what our parents and their parents before them wanted for them, right? They come over to this country and work some terrible job that involved like a monkey and an organ grinder, right? So you can go to college and you can have a better life.
Yeah. I know.
Maybe there is no right answer, Tommy. 20 years from now, no plumbing. Take a dump in the yard, dig a hole.
We could be down to that, bro.
Cover it up.
Yeah.
All right, everybody on hold. I appreciate the calls. Thank you. Let's take a break.
What's the matter?
You know what the matter is, you son of a bitch.
I think it's time.
The worst feeling I've had in my life happened at around noon yesterday.
Yeah.
Because out of nowhere, while I was driving home, my Twitter and Instagram exploded. It exploded. And I didn't know why till I pulled in the driveway. And I saw what the Bills did. You got lucky.
I've had a good string of luck.
Have you had a good string of luck?
I've had I pulled some cool moves.
Okay. The Bills are changing things at One Bills Drive. And we were waiting here on the show to get an answer for the bonus pick that Tommy had.
Yeah. I guess we got our answer.
We do. We have our answer.
The granddaddy of them all.
And we'll get into it Next to the break room on 96.5 WCMF. Just when you think it can't get any worse.
Yeah.
You fell backwards, ass backwards into this.
Oh, God, go ahead. Yeah,
It's a total stroke of coincidental luck. Look, just get up. We're doing a radio show. Just go ahead. Walk across the room. Yeah, no, it's fine. Wait, but despite the fact it was a total stroke of coincidental luck, you're about to go off like a car alarm. And what the Bills did yesterday, I am having a hard time understanding.
Your boy, McDermott. That's leadership, buddy.
You're hanging out in the break room. Monsters Classic Rock 96.5. WCMF. Everyone's been waiting, so we'll jump right into this.
What's going on?
On Monday, we did a Tommy Tells It Like It Is, where he made his picks for the Broncos game.
Yeah.
And yesterday, we recapped those picks with Tommy going 1 for 4.
Hey, yo, laugh.
Yeah, because you look like an idiot.
Terrible.
But there was a bonus pick he made that we had to wait for.
Yeah.
One that Kimmy and I, who has jury duty today, by the way, Timmy sitting behind the board, we laughed at.
Yeah.
This is the audio of the bonus pick that Tommy made on Monday morning.
Not so fast, buddy. I'm going to say this, and you may not like this as a pick because you guys get too picky with my picks, especially my bonus pick.
We get too picky with your picks. Okay.
If this team, even if they win and it looks flat, like they're under, it's an underwhelming win, they have to get rid of Ken Dorsey.
No, that's not a pick. It's they will or they won't.
They will.
So
if
you
this,
say,
if this is a lukewarm, if they lose or a lukewarm win, like if it's not an overwhelming win and the offense looks pathetic or base, they got to get rid of him.
So your bonus pick is Ken Dorsey gets fired.
Out.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
Out. I think they got to boot him.
Or Monday. Okay.
You got to make a change, man.
No.
So
Just to be clear.
this could happen even if they win.
Underwhelming.
No, he has picked the Bills to go over on every pick here.
Yeah.
Win on every one. And then his bonus pick is Ken Dorsey, the offensive coordinator, gets fired.
Yeah. So what's going on? Any news from One Bills Drive yesterday? Anybody packing up their stuff?
Yesterday around 11, it was announced that the Bills fired offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey.
Out you go. See you, Kenny boy.
You are reveling in the fact that a man lost his
a
job.
millionaire.
He's not a millionaire.
He's a millionaire.
What makes you think Ken Dorsey's a millionaire?
Ken Dorsey has over $1 million worth of wealth.
Says who?
Says me.
Okay, no, he's not.
He's been around for a long time.
No, he hasn't. He's been around for like 5 years.
No, but he played for the
NFL.
Bro, he played in Miami, right? Played for the University of Miami. Yeah, he got under the T right there, baby.
Okay,
that's like under the T University, man.
Okay, you were right. They fired Ken Dorsey.
Called it.
But
nobody on this globe called that.
No, everybody called that he could be fired.
No, I said he would be fired.
Despite
you could run your mouths all you want. I hung it out there, baby. I put my corner on the line.
You had Stephon Diggs over 100 yards passing, right? You had the offense doing wonderful things. You had Von Miller having that game of his life.
Yeah.
And then you picked Ken Dorsey to get fired, which doesn't make any logical sense. So you got lucky. You fell ass backwards.
I see the game differently.
Yeah, do you?
You X's and O's guys.
Oh, yeah?
You Kool-Aid drinking mofos, Mike Danger and RD.
Sure.
With his little pad and pencil.
Okay.
I'm like a soothsayer.
Okay, great. With your bonus pick, you went 2 for 5.
Yeah, but that was a whopper.
No, it wasn't. So
it
what?
Was
it counts as one.
Shocking whopper. It was a record-scratching, pump the brakes. Oh my God, he was right.
Our listeners are writing us on social media. They say you need to get your ding noise. Timmy, do you know where the ding is to give to Tommy for?
Yeah,
Tommy
I don't need
Tells
the
It
ding.
Like It Is?
The ding is right here.
I do.
You know
what?
what?
I found it.
I'm living the ding, man.
You live in the ding.
I live in the ding. I live in the ding. The ding lives in me.
This is the worst day of my life.
Of course it is.
This is the worst. Stop hitting the ding!
And I can't wait to see these. It's not just you. It's not just you. Your other experts you bring in here from ESPN and my podcast over here. Laughed.
Okay. So should they have fired him?
I don't know what they should have done.
No, because you
Wait,
picked it.
should I say?
No, I'll ask you this because you're the football expert, a soothsayer. 252 WCMF 252-9263. Tommy the Swami. My Instagram and Twitter blew up yesterday.
Yeah.
Blew up. 100 mentions in like 10 seconds. Look what happened. Yeah. Everybody on all the Duffy on WCMF things on Twitter and Instagram just yelling all kinds of stupid stuff. Do you think they should have fired him?
Yes, absolutely.
Why?
Because he wasn't getting the job done.
Okay.
This mediocre, watered down, lukewarm offense, and you say this kid's got all the skills.
Josh Allen?
Yeah, and you're not letting him loose.
Okay. I don't like what they did yesterday at all.
Of course you don't. Good
No.
for many
It has
reasons.
nothing to do with you.
So what is it? Why don't you like it?
I understand the offense was underperforming. I
You
get
got
that
to
it was
send a message, brother.
frustrating to watch. The timing is very strange. You're on a short week. You got 5 days to get ready for the Jets, a team you lost to on opening night. It's a divisional game. It's a conference game. It's a must-win game, like literal must-win game. So you install a brand new offensive coordinator, and Joe Brady, the quarterback's coach, is the new offensive coordinator. How the hell is that going to work?
It's going to work just fine.
Oh no!
because these jamokes overthink it.
He was
you can't tell me that this quarterback's coach doesn't understand fundamental offense.
He's been an offensive coordinator.
I'm saying the guy's ready to go.
No. You thought he was some dark horse and had never done this before that was going to come in.
He's a quarterback's guy.
He was the offensive coordinator in Carolina for a year and a half before he got fired mid-season.
Okay. Maybe he wasn't the right fit down there.
But he's a right fit here?
Well, we're going to find out.
Okay.
So what if when they come out and they light up the Jets?
I obviously want that to happen.
Right.
But
so then what?
you are putting a ton of pressure. Well, yeah. What,
Bro, there's a ton of pressure on all these
What if best case
jobs?
scenario? No, it's
There's
actually...
a reason all these jobs have pressure. And every one of these guys is dying for that gig.
Here's what I'm getting at.
Grown ass man running around with X's and O's.
If you were going to do this, why did they not do it after Cincinnati or after Tampa Bay? Because you had the mini-bye after Tampa Bay to get up to speed, which brings us to the second strange thing here.
What's that?
Again, Bill's offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, fired yesterday.
Yeah, who saw that?
Tommy hits on his bonus pick.
Oh, hit.
This is the worst day of my life.
Bulls with the eye.
What about Monday night's game should have gotten Ken Dorsey fired? He didn't drop the balls. He didn't have multiple fumbles.
No.
He didn't run back-to-back jailbreak blitzes on the last drive. He didn't put 12 men out there when the field goal missed.
But somebody had to take the fall for it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There's a question to be asked here. If the Bills didn't have 12 on the field and they won, and that missed kick, does Ken Dorsey get fired?
Maybe.
No, I'm asking your opinion.
I don't know. My opinion was even if they just came down to a field goal, he was going to get fired.
Good.
They had to win convincingly, and that ain't a convincing win. That game, they sucked.
Timmy, if the Bills won that game and there weren't 12 men on the field on that last play, do you think Ken Dorsey gets fired?
No.
Okay. So then why did you fire him in the loss? And I get that it's not just this week. It's been a pattern for the season.
And the season's slipping away from you.
But that's what I'm saying. The season's slipping away. So you install a guy that hasn't called plays for this team, and you got to do it in 5 days.
You
5
got to
days.
make a change.
5 days.
You got 5 days to come up with a goddamn offense.
You had 7 days to come up.
I don't know what that kid was doing.
You had 8 days. You had 8 days. Monday Night Football.
It kind of makes sense to do, actually, though, because it finally allows Josh Allen. This is now, he's got 5 days or whatever. They can't actually install some new system. It's going to be Josh Allen finally allowed to play football for the first time in about a year.
In the system that he was already playing in.
Yeah, but it wasn't working.
Okay.
So now he's allowed to go off the script and do whatever. He's not playing hero ball because he's playing. They're not utilizing him the way that he became the stud that he is.
When he plays
You
hero
got to
ball.
stud up. You got to let the stud out.
Shut up. You're just saying things now. Now you're just saying words that don't make any sense. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
You got to shut up and stud up.
Shut.
Dude, you're so mad.
Yes,
man.
I am so mad. I'm mad at you that you fell ass backwards into this. I'm mad at the idea because he shouldn't have been fired after yesterday. He should not have been fired after that game on Monday night. Bro, the Bills can lose 2 games. They have 2 games they can lose and realistically make the playoffs. And you are playing a team you lost to who plays you hard defensively every time you see them.
Yeah.
And you have a new offensive coordinator that has 5 days to get ready. What the hell are you
And by the
thinking?
way, the Jets have 5 days to get ready for whatever they throw at him. They know what Ken Dorsey's going to do. Maybe this guy's got a twist that they ain't prepared for.
They have one of the best defenses in the NFL.
What I'm saying is they don't know what's in this kid's mind.
You don't have
Joey
the ability.
Boy's got the plan, baby. It's Joe, right?
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady.
That's a great name. Joe Brady. Sounds like a guy.
It's the same as Ken Dorsey. It's the same.
Hi, I'm Ken Dorsey. I'm from Miami.
Hey, check this out. Check this out. You ready? You ready?
I like
hey,
it,
I'm
Joe.
Joe Brady. I'm from That's you.
Joe, Southern Joe.
Yeah?
I put my faith in a Southern Joe.
Hey, Joe, where you going with 5 days to get ready for the Jets, a team you lost to? This I do not
I
like
bet you
this.
that guy's got ideas ready to go.
Look, man,
He's been itching to get that job.
this was a scapegoat move. It's a scapegoat
no,
move.
you're not wrong. Somebody had to take the axe.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. What
Who
happened?
was going to take it though? Josh Allen? What are the choices?
Blow
Is
up the-
McDermott just going to say, you know what? I'm the at
Who's
fault here.
left?
I'm out.
That's what good leaders do. They don't fire themselves. But here's the thing. If you have to have a scapegoat, if somebody's head has to go,
Who else?
blow out the special teams coordinator. You had 12 on the field. Your punter was getting like 43 yards a punt. They returned punts all over the place last night to give him great field position. That was your problem.
Maybe, you don't know the relationship between Coach and Kenny Boy.
The guy who gave him the job last year.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe that relationship went south.
Okay. So you just blew him out?
Yeah, apparently.
He and Daboll didn't get along at all. He was there until he got a head coaching job.
Well, we ain't talking Dayball right now, are we? We're talking little skinny Kenny Boy.
252 WCMF,
Kenny can't do it.
252-9263. Tommy hit on his bonus pick. The Bills fired Ken Dorsey around 11 o'clock yesterday morning. They are installing their quarterbacks coach, Joe Brady, as their offensive coordinator on a short week against a team you lost to, coming to Buffalo in a literal must-win game. The weirdest part
What's that?
of the firing of Ken Dorsey,
Wow.
his last drive as Bills offensive coordinator was a go-ahead touchdown drive.
Okay.
He took his headset off for the last time as an employee of the Buffalo Bills, having taken the lead with under 2 minutes left. How many offensive coordinators have been fired after mapping out a go-ahead fourth quarter under 2 minute drive? Dorsey, he could be the only one. And it's not like you settled for a field goal. You put the ball in the end zone. Sloppy or not, he held up his end of the bargain at the end of the game.
But it was a little too late.
No.
You waited to the end of that game to take control of that game. The first half was nothing.
No, you're right. They took the first lead there, but they did it. They had the lead. If you
Okay.
don't have 12 men on the field, you win that game, and he doesn't get fired. I'm convinced of that. I am convinced they do not fire him after
I
a
think
win.
they had that box packed, and he didn't even know it.
252 WCMF, 252-9263. Let's talk to Chris. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy?
Morning, guys. First of all, congratulations, Swami. You are the man.
Thank you.
You know not what you do, man. You do not know the box you are unlocking right now, Chris.
Oh, he is one of the great. This is why I listen every Friday. He gives great information.
He went 2 for 5.
But the right information at the right time.
Except for the 3 that wasn't right.
They weren't important.
So anyway, my point is, at least Joe Brady he was a quarterback's coach, so he's still in those meetings, knows the offensive plays, works with Allen with that stuff anyway, so it's not like is somebody just coming in off the street.
Sure, you wouldn't be able to do that. But, I mean, if he knows the offensive plays that weren't working, what good does that do you?
I know, but he can tweak it his own way, but he still knows the system.
Okay.
So it's not like, it's still 5 days, but still, it's not somebody, I mean, he was the closest to Allen as it is, and in those plays, so he just knows what Allen can do, tweaks it his way, and we go on a 7-game win streak.
Okay, so, Chris, you're a Bills fan.
I am a huge Bills fan.
All right, good. Nice to talk to you, Chris. Let me ask you a question. Let's say Sunday they go out against the Jets and the offense does exactly what it's been doing the last couple of weeks. Whose fault is that?
Probably Tommy's if he makes bad picks this week.
On that staff, Chris, who takes the blame if the offense doesn't work this week?
I mean, some blame's going to McDermott.
Okay, no, it's all McDermott because Joe Brady is being put in an impossible spot. Now, I hope, obviously, that everything works out. But it ain't his fault if he can't go out and make this offense work with 5 days, Chris. I'm sorry, I got mad.
No, I do agree, but it could have been worse. It could have been just somebody not knowing.
What, they shot him in the head? They let him leave? What do you mean it could have been worse?
But they got all
should've
the weapons, right?
They should have made the move 2 weeks ago, to be honest with
I
you.
agree with you. If you're going to do it then, Chris.
You got all this talent. You can't tell me in 5 days you can't come up with a game plan with all that talent that they have spent
Chris, thanks for
hundreds
the call,
of
buddy.
millions of dollars on.
Okay, yeah, let me ask you this question.
Right.
They had 8 days to get ready for Denver. You have all that talent.
I don't know what that kid was thinking.
Ken Dorsey?
He
Okay.
went with this mediocre crap plan.
Okay.
I like the Joe Road.
So
We're taking the Joe Road to the Super Bowl.
All right, well, you're feeling it right now. You're feeling it.
What's his name? Brady? Joe Brady?
You tell me, Swami.
No, I like it. It's a base name. See, I like a good base name.
Ken Dorsey, Joe Brady. It's even the same amount of syllables.
I don't care about syllables. Who cares about a syllable?
Okay, so you are 100% confident in this man who you would never
I
heard
back
of.
Joe. Joe's my guy.
Have you ever heard of Joe Brady before today?
No, I have not. But I like I like what he's about.
So you can't tell me anything he's done in his past.
No.
You don't even know what team. I just told you. You don't even know what team he was the offensive coordinator
I know
for.
he's the kind of guy that steps up.
I literally just looked.
When the call comes down, Joe is ready.
I looked you in the face. No, he makes the call.
No, I'm saying when he got the call for the job, he was ready. He's ready to go.
Yeah, because his hallway's right. His
He
office
was
is right
right
down the hall.
upstairs and sat down in Ken Dorsey's cold-ass seat.
You can't tell me. Did you know his name before I said it?
Nothing.
Okay, and you're going to sit here and tell me you're confident in this guy on Sunday.
Hey, if it's good enough for coach, good enough for me.
Ken Dorsey was good enough for coach when he hired him last season.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes people let you down. Sometimes people let you down.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know.
No kidding. No kidding. And like, I know everyone's loving this, right? I see all your tweets. I see all your Instagram messages. No, it's great. This is fun. You don't understand what you've done.
Well, I do.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all the listeners
What
that are
have they done?
cheering this on. Man, you do not understand what you've done. And I will point it out when it happens. And it's all your
What,
fault.
the miracle that I pulled off?
All of this. 252 WCMF. We'll take one more call. Let's talk to Dan. Hey, Danny boy, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on there? Listen, number one, Josh Allen's got the Madden curse. Number two, have you ever seen Ken Dorsey come out of that booth, go down in the sideline, and talk to Josh Allen?
Well,
Never.
no, because
Josh
you
Allen-
would miss plays walking down the stairs, Dan.
Has Josh Allen ever had a headset on talking to Ken Dorsey? No. He's been a head case.
Of
for
course
3 to
he's had a
4
headset
weeks
on
now.
talking to the offensive coordinator.
No, he should be down there boosting his damn morale. Nobody's sitting there. He's sitting there on the damn sideline by himself, and nobody's
No,
helping to
he's
get
talking to
out.
Joe Brady. That's who he's talking to. That guy you see next to him when he's sitting there pouting, that's Joe Brady, the new offensive coordinator.
He's barely ever there. It more or less looks like Josh Allen is by the sideline telling everyone, get away from me. I'm in my own head. Leave me alone. So, hey, something has to be done with that kid. It's a lot to do with Josh Allen also.
Okay, so it's Ken Dorsey's fault.
He's a ghost.
It's Josh Allen's fault. It's the lack of connection on the headset's fault. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Coordinator, which he should have been coordinating with the quarterback's coach, with the quarterback, or anybody else that deals with Josh Allen. He is the coordinator.
So you don't think are you telling me you don't think that he talks to Josh Allen like at all?
A little goddamn bitch.
Who, me?
You are.
All right, let me ask you a question then, Dan. I'll ask you the same question I just asked Chris.
Okay.
If the offense looks the same as it has on Sunday, whose fault is that?
If they come out
It's
again.
going to be the coordinator's fault.
No, it's not, because he's only had 5 days to get ready, Dan.
It doesn't make a difference.
No, it does. That's why Ken Dorsey gets an entire training camp and an off-season and mini camps and all these things. 5 days go.
Josh Allen's head because the guy's a basket case right now.
Okay. Well, Dan, why don't you call him up with this calm demeanor and make him feel better about himself?
Hey, if I had the opportunity and a chance, I can. I would.
I mean, no, keep that and keep this man away from Josh Allen. But Dan, thanks for the call, buddy. Have a good rest of the day.
Hey.
You got it.
All right, there goes Dan. That's the question I want you to ask yourself if you're a Bills fan that enjoyed this move.
Right.
If the offense, and obviously I'm cheering for Joe Brady to go out there and do something
isn't?
remarkable. Something remarkable. But if the offense looks just as bad as it has, it's not Joe Brady's fault.
No.
He's only had 5 days.
But don't you think he's got some ideas already in his head looking at – because he's looking at this
Maybe.
too, and he's seeing Rome burn, right? So
Okay.
he's probably coming up with some ideas, formulating them in his head now.
You don't think Ken Dorsey had those ideas too?
What was he doing with them? Lighting doobies up there?
Lighten Doobies up there. Ladies and gentlemen, the smartest football-minded Rochester, Lighten Doobies up there. Everybody at home, we got to move on. I appreciate the calls. One of the scariest things that has existed in one of the most popular childhood businesses is now gone forever.
Scariest.
Yes,
thing.
these things have existed in some sort of way for the last 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
And every person listening at some point in their life walked into this place and was traumatized forever. We'll tell you what's going away.
Right.
Next to the break room on 96.5 WCMF. We actually have no Sassy Kimmy today.
No Sassy Kimmy?
No, because she has jury duty, but we have Sassy Timmy.
Oh.
Terrible Time Timmy filling in for Kimmy this morning, saving our butts. You're hanging out in the break room, Rochester's Classic Rock, 96.5. WCMF, just after 8 o'clock. It's Wednesday. You know what that means.
Oh, it's time to get our hate on.
That's right. Temptation does not exist in the world of this man, and he would never be that type of person. How dare you? We'll get to it. Hate Mail of the Week just after 8 o'clock here in the break room on CMF. One of the most traumatizing, horrific things from every person's childhood is soon to be no more.
Really?
Chuck E. Cheese announced yesterday they are getting rid of their in-restaurant mechanical bands.
Oh, you guys didn't like that thing?
You serious?
Well, that wasn't around when I was a kid.
Okay, so the band, officially known as Mr. Munch's Make Believe Band,
All right.
will officially be removed from all Chuck E. Cheese locations except for a single one in California. And so ends the era of horror for children that were terrified. Everyone 50 and below knows exactly what I'm talking about.
What were the characters?
It was a rat. It was like a blue monster. There was like a bird female.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what else there was. Timmy, you remember these things.
I only remember the mouse, like the lead singer mouse.
Okay. Meet Chucky.
That would make sense, yeah.
Did you just realize that?
Yeah.
Okay. All of those bands.
So they're not going to tour anymore?
No, they're all done. It's over.
Wow.
So, like, here's when we were kids, and Timmy, you can back me up, there were always parts of them malfunctioning at all times. I'm not even
Throwing
exaggerating.
sparks when eye fell out.
No, like somebody's
string.
eye was droopy. There was an arm that didn't work, a mouth that didn't quite line up with the words they were singing.
Yeah.
But your parents would push you into that room where the band was,
This should shut you up.
make you live that nightmare, Tommy. Like, for as fun as Chuck E. Cheese was as a kid, it had a lot of really scary stuff.
Really?
I'm having like a vivid flashback to the band room, just like staring at the drum set and the mouse, and I now have a stomach ache thinking about that again, and that was like 30 years ago.
So, Tommy, it was a completely dark room with like long tables in it, right? And all of the
So
light
you
was...
sit there and eat pizza and watch the show. Right?
You got it. That's right.
It's like a children's strip club.
That's exactly what he described it perfectly. Timmy described it perfectly. But like it was completely dark except for the light on the stage.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you'd have birthday parties in there, so they'd like press a button and the band would sing like Happy Birthday.
Cute.
But it was saying like cover songs, pizza and video game related at other times. And I'm telling you, man, to this day.
Kids didn't like it. So they must have got a lot of negative feedback to yank them all out.
But they've had it for like 50 years. Yeah. This place has been open since the late 1970s.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, fun fact, founded by one of the Atari people to get a way to get video games into people's towns.
Damn,
There you go.
look at that guy.
Timmy, did you go to the Grease Chuck E. Cheese when you were a kid?
I think I was Henrietta, but I can't really remember. It was a long time ago.
If you're my age, like 45, between 35 and 45, and you went to the old Grease location, you remember the robotic Elvis dog. Have you ever seen the robotic Elvis dog?
I've been to both of those Chuck E. Cheeses, and I don't remember the Elvis dog.
So this was the old location, because the location in
So you're
Greece,
just saying they were saying hound dog?
it was 7 feet tall.
Right.
It was a hound dog. It was dressed in a sequined jumpsuit.
Oh, they used to sell mini versions of this at like the mall that you could put on your desk or stuff at home, right? And it would dance around.
Yep. It had coiffed hair, and it jerked around like this.
Much like Elvis when he was on Quaaludes.
But you could hear the machine. And like the music wasn't loud enough to cover other. If the mechanical bands weren't scary enough, the fact that they were selling alcohol also meant there was always a chance for a parental fist fight to break out.
So you could always get beer and wine there. Remember that?
Yeah. There's a kid.
Oh, there's been some epic family meltdowns at Chuck E. Cheese.
For some reason, like Chuck E. Cheese are like the site of these ridiculous parental fights, but you don't see videos of really anywhere else. It's just Chuck E. Cheese. Is it the booze?
It has to be. It's the booze. It's the kids jacked up on soda and pizza. Yeah, it's a bad combo all the way around.
252 WCMF. Chuck E. Cheese announces yesterday they are officially getting rid of their mechanical bands in all of their locations except for one in California. The scariest things of all time. I will say this. They updated them within the last 10 years to make them less scary, but kids are still horrified by them.
So what are they going to – they got to put something in there.
I have no idea.
They got to be able to update the technology where it's not as bad now, right?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know.
Like those hologram-looking things?
You're going to have hologram mouse? That sounds even scarier.
No, at least it'll work.
Will it?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I thought that technology worked. They got dead people on tour doing this stuff.
Bro, if Chuck E. Cheese can't repair the eyeball that's drooping and only like moving off to one side like he's having a stroke while he's singing, what makes you think they're going to be able to handle a hologram? Sounds way more expensive.
And I thought the robots were coming, like better technology.
The robots are coming.
Right, all the robot waitress.
What are you, Will Smith?
Yes, the
Robots are
robot
coming, man.
bartender.
Well, it's a different kind of robot.
Right, just put them up there and play.
Well, it's
I'm
just
paying your salary, robot. They'll figure it out. There's too much money to be made. Those places were a gold mine. I had to take nieces and nephews from my old marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe how much it costs. Like, it was a fortune.
It is
And then you had to
ridiculous.
buy them all those tickets so they could go play those games, and they would blast through a roll
You
of those
buy
tickets.
tokens, you win tickets. We have had this discussion 1,000
Well, whatever
times.
you did, they blew through them. And I go, that's $10?
I know. I mean, these places are ridiculously expensive, but you got to pay for stroked out Chuck
Yes.
E. Cheese leaning to one side with his eye now.
And they were genius, too, because they gave you all this stuff for them to go play. They had to pay with. I remember this. So you walked in, you put your order in, and then you got your tokens, right?
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
kids could go play.
Uh-huh.
And then they knew that they would blast through those tokens way before your pizza was going to be up.
Mm-hmm.
So these kids would come back for more tokens that you would have to go buy again. So there was always on a slow serve to get you that pie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because that's when you know the place got quiet. Food showed up.
No, I know what you mean.
It's the only time these kids shut up.
By the way, really good salad bar. Sneaky good salad bar at the Chuck E.
Sneaky
Cheese.
good salad bar. It just creeped me out because, like, kids touching everything. It just grossed me out.
What kid's got the salad bar at Chuck E. Cheese?
No, but they're just touching everything in general. Like, I always had the sniffles when I left there.
Yeah, I mean, kids are nothing but disease bags.
Yes.
That's why I'm sitting here under the weather this morning.
And everybody piles in the wintertime because
Yep.
there's nothing else to do.
Yep. All right. Everybody on hold, I would love to talk to you. But
Reminisce about your horror stories at Chuck E. Cheese.
God, it was terrifying. We have our weekly segment to get to.
What was that?
Well, it's Wednesday. You know what that means.
We got to get our hate on.
That's right. Hate Mail of the Week coming at you in just a second. We told you a story a couple weeks ago about a woman from Canandaigua, a younger woman, who is in trouble for a scam that she allegedly ran at her job and admitted to.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you up on everything here. And, we were looking to be a little merciful to this woman.
Sure.
Right? Like, you can make the argument that everyone between 18 and 25, if they didn't do this, thought about this at the jobs they had. I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
No.
Apparently, the letter we got, this man is disgusted. How dare you? How dare you feel this way? In fact, he is accusing us of increasing crime in Rochester.
We're doing it.
I'm not exaggerating.
Then I should get a raise.
We'll read you the letter next at a Hate Mail of the Week here in the Break Room on 96.5 WCMF. we like to think that there are only good and bad people in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, who's left?
But that's wrong. Good people can do bad things.
Okay.
Bad people can change.
All right.
And there are a bunch of different things that play into those scenarios. And I think there's an argument to be made that there is no such thing as a good or a bad person, period.
So life is just shifting sands, Pat.
Like sands through an hourglass. So good a day of my life. This is what we were discussing with a 23-year-old woman arrested in Canandaigua. And we will recap that story, in just a second. But apparently, Tommy, our take was wrong.
All right.
Because age, circumstance, temptation, none of these things matter when you are an upstanding citizen.
Okay.
You're hanging out in the break room, Rochester's Classic Rock 96.5. WCMF, if you're watching our live stream on the Odyssey app, WCMF, YouTube, or Twitch, you see that Kimmy is not here today. She has jury duty. In her place, our utility infielder and all-around good dude, terrible time Timmy.
Right.
I don't know. I was waiting for somebody to say something.
Yeah, you're the man, Timmy.
Thanks.
Way to go. Way to make the kid feel good. All of our live stream that you're watching Timmy on, and I know we've tried to describe Timmy in the past to you. Today is your opportunity to stare right in his face. All of that brought to you by our good friends at Three Heads Brewing. Three Heads Brewing, the best we could do is Timmy. It's Wednesday, it's 8 o'clock. It's time for Hate Mail of the Week. And about 2 weeks ago, we told you about a 23-year-old woman who works at a gas station in Canandaigua. Tommy, police say she was stealing from the store.
Oh, yeah, snatching.
And she had a brilliant scam, according to authorities. While working, she would ring up items and not pay for them. And then she would take more of those same items off the shelf without paying for them and return them.
Yeah.
And somehow the store figured this out. So she was arrested. Police say she admitted to the crime. She will have her day in court. And when we first had this discussion, we said this woman was obviously wrong for what she did. She deserves to lose her job. She deserves to be punished. But this is something we theorized most people thought about doing at their job between the ages of like 18 and 25. Tommy, it was probably a job you didn't care about. You probably thought you had the world figured out.
Oh, yeah.
You can get away with it. You didn't respect your bosses at the gas station, fast food restaurant, grocery store, bar. And we assumed that was one of those things. Maybe you didn't do it, but you had a plan to do it.
It was in your head.
You got it. Well, Tommy,
What?
you, me, Kimmy, we were all very wrong. At least according to the man who wrote us this letter. Actual physical letter sent through the mail telling us we suck, wanting us fired. Sit back and enjoy today's Timmy Red Hate Mail of the Week.
When you make excuses for criminals, they commit more crime. This letter is about the news story you reported about that young girl who stole from her job. You said we all stole from our jobs when we were younger. I have news for you. That's not true. I've never stolen a thing from a paper route all the way through all the jobs I've had. My wife was listening with me. She said the same thing. And I know for a fact my kids would never, ever have done this. I think you're just a show full of criminals encouraging other people to commit crimes. Does that make you feel better about being a piece of word I cannot repeat on the radio?
Shiznit.
Yeah, that one. Getting other people to do it? Are you trying to trick people who are fans of you into doing bad things so you can talk about them on the air when they get arrested? I know one thing. Good people do things the right way. Bad people cut corners and take from others. Life is that simple. Are you a good person or a bad person? And you have no argument when I tell you you're all bad people. I won't be supporting another second of your radio show anymore. Sincerely,
I'm out.
Guy.
What's his name? Do we have a name?
Chris.
Chris. Okay, thank you. Chris never stole.
Nope.
His wife never stole.
He's a straight shooter.
His kids never stole.
He knows for a fact they've never done anything wrong. He knows for a fact.
Yes. His dog never stole.
Ooh.
Not thieves, Tommy. And we're just a bunch of criminals sitting in a room together.
Punk ass criminals.
Phone number is 252-WCMF, 252-9263. The last month on this show, we've been getting a lot of calls and letters and messages from very self-righteous dicks who claim they've never done anything wrong in their lives. And I don't know why that is. Maybe something's happening we're not aware of. But in this letter, I'd like to, in regards to this letter, I'd like to read you a statistic.
What is it?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
75% of American employees admit to stealing at least once from their current employer.
Like the current job that they have.
Current job they are in right now. 3/4 of Americans, not at some point in your life, right now the job you have taken something that you should not have
They swipe.
from your job.
I stole this from my job.
What is it?
Timmy, you're on camera. Okay. So Chris here, when he says he and his wife and his kids, and more so than one kid, I would assume, because he says kids, right?
Yeah.
Never stolen anything. According to the numbers we have, that is statistically impossible.
Yes.
Because 3/4 of people have done it.
So it's
that
in
means,
your house.
Yeah, it's in the house.
Yes.
Not to mention, Tommy, this study that we cited here, self-reporting, which means without a doubt, there are people that have stolen from their job they currently work at that lied to feel like a better person in this study. But whether or not people are stealing is the most important part of this letter, Tommy.
Yes.
I'd like to read you the sentence that jumped off the page for me.
What do you say?
You ready?
Yeah.
Good people do things the right way. Bad people cut corners and take from others. Life is that simple.
Okay.
Is this man right? 252 WCMF. Do you believe him?
In his mind, yes.
Okay.
But no, he's wrong.
Wait, but then those two things don't make sense.
I'm going to explain it to you. So I had an uncle that was an FBI agent from back in the day, and he was a straight shooter. It was either black or white. He didn't steal. He didn't do anything. You know, he was like the man, you know. And he'd be one of these guys, I don't steal. I don't take what's not mine. I pay my bills before they're due.
Okay.
But he would steal and wouldn't call it stealing.
For example?
So he was a big blood donor. He loved to donate blood. He had like plaques on the wall. So when you went to the house, he was always slammed with snacks.
Oh.
He would just take, when you go to give blood and they give you like a bag of peanuts and they give you a little cup of orange juice?
Yeah.
He would grab like 10 or 20 of them at a time, put them in his pocket, walk out the door. The other thing is he used to go to a diner every day.
Okay.
And he'd read the paper.
All right.
He didn't pay for that paper.
Wait, did he take the paper?
No. He would wait till somebody was done with the paper sitting next to him. And if they left the paper, he'd get up from his chair, go over and take their paper and sit down and read it. Now, technically, he's not stealing, but you kind of are.
It kind of sounds like stealing to me.
You kind of, but if you asked him, no, well, first of all, they're free and I donated blood. I'm entitled to all the peanuts in the world.
So you're saying his sense of entitlement in his head mean he wasn't stealing?
Never stole.
Is it stealing if it's free? It's just overdoing it.
Well,
that's what he would think. Like,
okay, so wait, you're his uncle? You're talking uncle?
Because he's going to say, well, he just left the paper there. But he knew he wasn't going to buy a paper. He was going to sit at that diner, because he was retired. He could sit there all day and wait to see if a guy left a paper. By the way, he would never go up and ask the guy for the paper.
Oh, he'd just take it.
He'd wait until somebody left a paper, and then he'd snag it.
The phone number is 252-WCMF, 252-9263. With this sentence from Chris's letter. Good people do things the right way. Bad people cut corners and take from others. Life is that simple. Are you a good person? Can a good person do bad things?
Sure.
Okay. Tommy, you don't think so. You say sure, you don't think so.
A good person could do bad things?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think a good person could do bad things.
Well, that's weird because every person we know that does something bad that's a good person, you write them off immediately.
Well, it depends how bad we're talking.
Well, bro, I mean, bad is bad. What is bad?
Well, there's degrees of bad.
You assume everybody that does certain things is a massive piece of crap. You don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, there are certain people I would be shocked
Okay.
if you told me they stole, and there's other people that just put on a front.
Okay. But you, want those people to be thieves.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Tommy, you don't see stuff like this as a mistake. Like, you'll defend these people because you did this stuff back in the day. But you don't see stuff like this as a mistake. You see it as part of their personality that's been exposed.
Oh, yeah.
So in that way, you think they're a bad person.
Yes.
So good people can't do bad things.
I don't know.
You want to argue with this man, but you're not listening to what he's saying. You actually agree with him, at least based on what we've seen before out of your comments, Thomas.
All right.
So are you a good person or a bad person?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a good person.
Would your wife say you're a good person?
Yeah, but she knows better.
Okay. She doesn't?
Yeah.
Why did she
I mean,
marry
she
you?
would say that, but she didn't know the old me.
Oh,
Like,
so
she
good
would
pers-
never tolerate the old me.
So bad people can become good people.
Well, they can fake it. I will say this. Bad people are always going to be bad people.
But you were just a bad person.
But you fight it.
Okay.
Just like an alcoholic or a fat ass or anything else that you struggle with in life. If you were a piece of crap at 35 and you cleaned up your act,
Okay.
you're still that person. You just cleaned up your act. It's still there. It lies dormant, like herpes. And all of a sudden, you got a fester and blister on that lip, boy.
252-WCMF, 252-9263. Chris writes us a letter talking about this chick out in Canandaigua, 23 years old. She allegedly was stealing from her gas station job, was caught. Police say she admitted to it, got fired, and we had theorized the other day when we did this story that everyone between the ages of 18 and 25 had come up with a scam to try and steal from their job.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't steal, but you thought you could pull it off. Letter from Chris says, absolutely not. No, I don't steal. My wife doesn't steal. My kids don't steal. My dog doesn't steal. And this sentence, which jumps off the page, again, 252-WCMF, 252-9263, good people do good things the right way. Bad people cut corners and take from others. Life is that simple.
Okay.
No nuance, Tommy.
None.
252 WCMF. Let's talk to Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I called the other day when you were talking about the lady. It was a postal carrier, and she was stealing, gift cards or whatnot.
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah, allegedly. And I told you guys I don't steal, and it makes me sick. It's so socially accepted. It's unbelievable. I mean,
Jimmy, you're stealing our listeners' time right now.
Yeah, I guess I am. But it's crazy. I mean, you're talking about it. I agree with this guy. I don't steal. I know people who don't steal and never have. What can I tell you?
All right, so Jimmy, I'll ask you this question then, as we're having this now theoretical argument. Jimmy, do you think you're a good person?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay, have you ever done bad things?
I don't think so.
Never? You've never done a bad thing in your
Jimmy,
life?
you've never lied to a girl?
No. Maybe that's why I'm divorced.
Wait, some people would look at divorce as a bad thing. That's a sin as far as old school Catholics go.
You lied to God.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
So,
I guess I've done a bad thing then.
And Jimmy, I'm not here to light you up. I guess the point that I'm making is it goes back to the argument you made about your uncle, Tommy, right? People will find a way if they want
to justify their lives.
Exactly. If they want to believe what Chris says, to say, no, I'm a good person, I don't do bad things, but these people do bad things. And Jimmy, with this woman accused of this crime out in Canandaigua, well, we don't know if she's a good person that made a mistake or a bad person that does all these things, or if good people and bad people even exist in their own vacuums, Jimmy.
Well, you know how a lot went into what she did. You were explaining on the letter how she would put it into the register and then, return the stuff or whatever. A lot of planning went into what she did. A good person isn't going to plan. I can't picture a good person doing that, but that's me.
Okay.
Well,
Jimmy.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Hey, no, Jimmy, get out there and keep doing good in the world, buddy. We appreciate it.
God bless you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Proud to be named Jimmy, because I never did anything
wrong.
Come on, man.
I know. But if you want to ask my dad.
What?
Oh, yeah. Are you a good person? Yeah, he would say the same thing. My father thought he was a good father.
But is your dad a bad person? Was he a good person that did bad things?
I mean, he said he did a lot of dick things, man, but I guess he didn't see it in his head that way.
Okay.
So I guess in his mind, he could justify it.
Okay, fair enough.
But to the outside looking in, it looked horrible.
Terrible time Timmy's sitting in for Kimmy, who's got jury duty. Timmy, are there good people and bad people?
Yes.
So you say that people wake up good and people wake up bad.
Yeah, but good people also do bad things, and bad people do good things.
So at what point do good people become bad people by doing enough bad things?
I'm trying to figure out which side of that I'm on too.
So are you a good person?
I don't think so.
Okay. But then...
I mean well, but
Well, then that would make you a good person.
The execution isn't there.
So
yeah, but if you put a couple of drinks into this kid, he's a tornado.
Oh, no, you ain't kidding. That's why they call him Terrible Time Timmy. Like, never, if you see Timmy out, if you're watching the live stream and you see Timmy out in Rochester somewhere, do not buy this man a drink. He's like a gremlin. If he gets wet after midnight, the whole town goes down.
But that's kind of when the truth comes out, when somebody gets liquored up.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, it's truth serum. You know when people let their, because what do they call it? Letting your guard down.
Okay.
Which means the truth is seeping out.
So you're saying drunk
Some people.
actions are sober thoughts.
Oh, yeah. Alcohol is truth serum.
Okay. So I
What is that,
guess
sodium pentothal? I used to give the spies.
I'm wildly alarmed that you know that off the top of your head.
I used to watch a lot of spy stuff back in the day.
Of all the things you don't know, of all of the things you
I
don't
don't know if that's right, but I think it's called.
No, it is. That came right off the top of your head.
Truth serum.
Okay.
Think of how many chicks that had a couple of wines in them, and man, did it come out. Right?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
The fangs and the claws.
All right. Well, whether you're a good person or a bad person, feel better about yourself today. Let's take a little bit of a break. We told you that Kimmy is on jury duty today.
The ice queens in the jailhouse.
I do want to talk about that because I think Kimmy would be a good juror.
Oh, yeah. If you want an execution.
For God's sakes, we don't even have that in New York anymore.
She probably walked in with a black hood on.
Kimmy was trying to figure out a way to get out of jury duty because she didn't want to miss work today.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it seems, at least based on what we looked up, getting out of jury duty nowadays is almost impossible unless you're willing to do one very horrific thing in a room in front of a bunch of strangers.
Oh, really?
And I don't know who'd be willing to do something like that. And we'll tell you all about it next to the break. 96.5 WCMF. Today, the break room is down one of our own.
Yeah.
Kimmy is not here. She's okay. She's totally fine. She got what every U.S. citizen dreads.
Yes.
Jury duty. And the second you get that letter, everybody starts trying to come up with ideas to get out of it. But it seems today, Tommy, it's a hell of a lot harder than it used to be.
Really?
You're hanging out in the break room, Rochester's Classic Rock, 96.5 WCMF. As we told you, Kimmy's at jury duty. Our good buddy, Terrible Time Timmy, running the board, running that mic over there for us. Great to see you, Timmy.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And do not forget, it's a very special Wednesday here in the break room.
Oh.
Well, because we had our post-game Bills coverage yesterday, we had to move everyone's favorite segment.
Yeah.
I remember what it's called, right?
It's called Where's Timmy Whining in the Hood?
We will have a very special Wednesday edition, as read by the wonderful voice of Timmy, Where They Whinin', just after 9 o'clock here on CMF. So as we speak, Kimmy is downtown at the courthouse performing her civic duty.
Yes.
Sitting in a room with total strangers, waiting to be interviewed and potentially called onto a jury. Tommy, why do we all dread jury duty so much?
I guess because it just is so goddamn boring. Because you got to go in that room early in the morning.
Okay.
You got to be there at 8.
Yep.
And then you got to wait. And I told you, it's like being at an airport that doesn't have planes. You just sit there and you have to entertain yourself until they figure out what they're going to do with your ass.
Okay, so 30 years ago, I get what you're saying. But today, I mean, one, it is a day off of work. Two, with cell phones, it gives you something to do while you're there all morning.
Kind of.
I mean, if you didn't go to work, you'd be just sitting around watching Netflix at home anyway.
Right.
You could do that in the jury room.
Yeah, but you're kind of locked in there.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it kind of reminds you of school,
Okay.
you know? And then they march you upstairs and you got to go through all that.
I just find it weird. I would think most people would enjoy a day not having to go to their job to sit for a couple hours and watch, Hulu or whatever.
I mean, some people do, but then you're thinking about all the stuff you could be getting done. Like, think about if you had that day off. What you could get accomplished around your house with your kids.
Good point.
When you're just sitting here doing nothing. Because they don't take you upstairs till it's hours.
Yeah, you're right.
And then that takes hours before they start selecting people.
And that's the real moment of truth.
Yeah.
If you get into that jury box.
Right.
An interview to be sat, and you could have your days occupied for God knows how long. Nobody wants that. And there are ways out of it. So we think. Tommy, off the top of your head, what is the easiest way to get out of jury duty when they're interviewing
Well,
you?
you got to look not right in the mind.
Okay. So you say look crazy.
Well, do crazy stuff.
Give me an example.
Say crazy stuff.
What, you just like yelling stuff out loud?
You could.
That'll put you in contempt of court.
What?
It would.
You're not in court yet. It's just the interview part.
No, I mean, but they interview you in open court, don't they? They have you stand up and they ask
They
in front of
do,
the
but
prosecutor
they
and the
do,
lawyer.
right.
And there's a judge there.
All right, so you'd have to pull that move a little earlier.
Okay.
I get kicked out before you even go into the room.
Thank you, Timmy.
Sure.
What if you're just a big, loud guy?
Maybe they want big, loud guy. Bro, every guy is big, loud guy. What guy's not big, loud guy?
Okay, so then now we're down to body fluids.
Okay, no, you can't crap your pants. I'm pretty sure they're going to hold you in contempt for taking a
No,
dump.
but let's say I'm old, right? I wear my diaper today.
Okay, why did you
And
know?
I cut loose.
You're going to poop your pants to get out of jury
No,
duty.
what if I just make lemonade?
You're going to pee your pants to get out of jury duty.
Yeah.
Then you got to drive all the way back to Pittsford from the courthouse with pee pants on.
Did it yesterday. Didn't even go to court.
The number one way most people think they can get out of jury duty is being racist in that interview.
Okay.
And it
Unless they're looking for a racist.
I don't know who's looking for a racist.
I don't know. What if there's the Klan's on trial?
So it turns out it's not that simple.
I agree with you, sir, Grand Wizard.
I'm pretty sure you get out immediately. So here's the thing. It's not as simple as it used to be when it comes to racist
Racism?
stuff. You really have to play it off like you are a bigoted monster. And to do that, you would have to say some awful things in a room full of people you don't
So you'd have to
know.
be my father.
I think you might have to be worse.
My father's pretty bad.
Look, I'm sure as hell not willing to do that in
No,
front
of
of a room
course
full of
not,
strangers. Because, like, God forbid you lie about how you feel about certain types of people, and there's someone you come across one day that was in that courtroom that
Yes.
heard what you said. Because Rochester's a small town city,
Yeah.
and you'd remember the face of someone that said so awful it got them removed from a jury for being a racist.
What if you didn't do that, but you just used nothing racist?
Oh, here, please, dear God.
Hold on now.
I don't want
But something that's not now considered correct and sane.
so racist.
No, it could
Politically
be other
incorrect?
things you
Okay.
could talk about, but not directly like that.
I don't think you'd be able to do that. I don't even know what that is.
Yes, you do.
I'd ask for an example, but I'm a little bit terrified.
Yeah, nope, do not give an
But
example.
you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't, and we'll talk.
Because it was like when my
Oh,
dad
no.
tried to not be racist. Racist.
The other thing you start to do, if you get that jury duty notice, you go through your family and social circles to see what could make you biased based on relationships to get you a free pass out of it.
Right.
Who you know who's a cop, a firefighter? Who do we know who's a lawyer or works for the DA? Family members that have been arrested or served time and how that makes you look in the court system. Family members that have been victims of crimes that could make you look biased. But the truth is, these judges, these prosecutors, these lawyers, they're all aware of what we're trying to do. Like, we never made a great job of keeping that a secret. And because of that, it's made talking your way out of serving these days way harder.
So it just ain't happening.
Well, no, it is. And that's what's interesting here. The phone number is 252-WCMF, 252-9263. We found an article online that was written by several law firms. The headline says, the easiest way to get out of jury duty in New York State. You ready?
All right.
1, old age.
That's me.
How old do you have to be? Those juries are jammed with old people.
But what's the cutoff?
They don't say. It just says old age.
Because I had to go. I was 64. Maybe like super old, like when you're like, 80.
But it feels like 80-years want to do
Oh,
that.
they are dying to light somebody up. Oh, man.
Like, I mean, they got nothing to do all day.
All right.
It's something entertaining.
And they got opinions.
You got it. The second one is a medical or a health condition.
Well, that's standard.
Okay, but you would likely need proof or really try to play something up when you get called.
Okay.
How good of an actor are you and how far are you willing to go? Because that's another one of those things where you could really offend somebody trying to play off some kind of medical issue.
Well, you could do like one of those invisible things that you can't prove.
That would be super offensive.
No, like my back's out. I have a bad back. I can't sit for long periods of time.
No, we can get you a pillow.
No, I got the sciatica.
Okay, we got you a pillow, no problem.
I need 2 sciatica.
Sir, sit down. You're in contempt.
Both of my sciaticas.
You get the chair. Being a caregiver of a child or someone with a disability will get you out of jury duty.
Oh, it could be like one of those busted relatives you have to take care of granny.
If you lie about that, you're a monster. If you lie that you are taking care of someone with a disability in open court, you are a monster. And finally, active duty military.
All right.
So when you get the letter in the mail, run down to your local Army recruiter, but that's going to be a much longer commitment than just a day or two of jury duty.
So that doesn't mean veterans aren't out. You had to be active military.
You got it. Although I do wonder if...
You had to have keys to the tank in your pocket.
I wonder what being a veteran does...
I don't think it does anything.
On or off a jury. Well, I'm saying, different lawyers and prosecutors are looking for different types of people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, would being a veteran make you more likely to serve on a jury or less likely to serve on a jury?
Yeah, maybe they don't want it. Yeah.
You know, different skin colors, ages, genders, right? That all depends on the court case, what people are looking for to get either a sympathetic or a jury that they want a conviction from. It's very strange.
I do understand. The last time I went, which was recently, and we're all sitting in the box. It was funny how guys were trying. I know they didn't want to be there, but they also wanted to brag about themselves.
Okay.
Because they kind of ask you, like, what do you do? What's your hobby? Just kind of look about. And these guys would just go off about themselves. They go, man, if you're trying to get out of here, man, you should shut up.
Guys don't have that ability.
No, they just want to brag. I go, you're getting locked in for the day, my man.
Well, bro, how often do you have an audience full of people that can do nothing but listen to you?
Right, and they take full advantage of it.
252-WCMF, 252-9263. Timmy is running the board for us today because Kimmy has jury duty, and the second she found out she had jury duty, she was trying to come up with a way to get out of it. But it is borderline impossible.
Especially for somebody like her.
Yes, to get out of going to jury duty. You think that she would be a bad juror, you said.
Well, it depends what you're looking for.
Well, what do you think Kimmy would be?
She's the Ice Maiden.
The Ice Maiden, did you call her?
They call her the Ice Pick. Yeah, she's tough.
No, I don't see her like that at all.
Bro. Every time we have issues in here, if she gets a little snippy chippy in the morning, I feel sorry for that poor bastard in the box.
She's always the one to side with and let it go.
Until you piss her off.
Okay, well, why would she be pissed off in a jury box?
Because she don't want to be there.
Okay.
She had to do her hair.
We shouldn't feel this way about jury duty, right?
No, we should all want to serve the country and get justice done.
Okay, so you bring that up. I mean, it is your civic duty to do it.
But I don't want to do it.
But here's the thing. Tommy, everybody has some kind of problem with the court system. It's too lenient. It's too harsh.
Yeah.
But not many people know how the court system works.
I know.
Serving on a jury gives you an inside view.
It does.
And you can make the argument that one of the greatest parts of America is having a jury of your peers decide your fate.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't work if all the normal everyday people are trying to keep themselves from getting on a jury and you only get a bunch of dicks with time on their hands and just want to hang somebody, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you, Tommy, were in a courtroom on trial, you wouldn't want just the people excited for jury duty because those people are just excited to vote guilty. They all want to feel important. They have
Yeah.
all kinds of preconceived notions. You would want someone like you, but the second you get in there, you want out.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
I know. But it's just, I get bored easy.
I know you get
My
bored
mind
easy.
drifts too. Like when the guys were talking, because I kept thinking, this is going to be interesting. And my mind drifted immediately away. I don't know what. I couldn't even tell you what I got excused
Bro,
from.
that's somebody's life in your hands. I don't mean that in a life or death
No.
way.
It was. This was a bad one. There was some,
And you were drifting?
I was drifting.
How did you not manage to focus?
Hey, tell that guy he was losing his room.
Are you losing his room? What, he's in the Poconos of the 50s? Come on, Henny, make it work. No, man, if you were on trial for something terrible and you didn't do it, and you look over and you see one of the jurors, quote, drifting, that's going to change everything.
It will. And here's my other problem. Who's ever speaking at the time,
Okay.
I'm kind of agreeing with them.
Oh, my God.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, because they're lawyers. They make good points, right? So I go, yeah, he probably did it. Yeah. He's guilty. Then the other guy goes, well, that's a good point, too. I can see that going that way. So, I'm all so I would just go with the last guy that speaks.
Okay.
That's the guy I'm going with because I'm wishy-washy.
So closing argument. So he's getting off.
Or he's going to get the last guy to talk.
Doesn't the defense lawyer always have the last word?
I didn't stick around for it, bro. I couldn't tell you.
It's like baseball, right? It's the opposite of baseball. The home team gets last ups.
So the guy's lawyer, the bad guy's lawyer gets to speak?
There you go. You're immediately biased. The bad guy's lawyer.
I just called him the bad guy.
252 WCMF. Kimmy, jury duty today. Terrible time Timmy running the board for us. But Kimmy, the second she got this notice, we're trying to figure out how to get out of jury duty. These days, it's almost impossible. Let's talk to Maureen. Hey, Maureen, what's going on?
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Good, Maureen, what's going on?
I was just calling in because I heard about trying to get out of jury duty. Not that I was trying to do that because I really wanted to be on the jury. I'm a teacher, a coach, and I
just
wanted
needed a
to
break
be
from those
selected.
damn kids.
Actually, I just retired.
Oh,
but
congratulations.
I really wanted to be on because it was the teacher coach who the
Stop. I don't want to know details. But okay, so what did you end up serving on the jury or no?
I did not. And they asked me, I knew an assistant DA. In fact, I knew the assistant DA who was in the case, and they knew I knew her. And, and I also had a connection to the former police chief.
Yeah, look
and
at
my
you.
dad was a former police officer.
Man, big time Maureen over here.
None of that stuff, and I said all of it, but I really wanted to be on it. And so they were down to, I'd been there for days, and they kept asking me lots of questions. And finally, when they asked me, since I'm a coach, had I been in the locker room?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I know that locker room well because I'm a coach. I've been to that school. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they heard that,
so
no
close,
go.
Maureen, so close to hear.
I was so close.
Horrible things in a courtroom. Well, Maureen, I'm sorry you didn't get on that jury, but thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
Okay, you guys have a great day.
You too. There goes Maureen. That was a weird call.
Yeah, a little bit. I think she just called to brag about all the people she knew. You kind of get the feeling there's like 17 names she dropped in that one conversation.
I know the DA. I know the former police chief. My dad is a cop.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I knew the guy, the coach. I've been in that locker room.
Locker room off of I-90. Welcome to my house. Everybody, I hope we got to move on. I appreciate the call. We are rolling into the holiday season here.
It's right here, bro.
We're a day and a week away from Thanksgiving, bro.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Shut up. People can hear you.
No, but listen, my face don't lie. I don't have a holiday face.
Worst Shakira song ever.
I don't know Shakira that well.
My hips doesn't matter. There are holiday traditions that show up on your television every year that you and the family will park and see.
Yeah.
And for a third straight year, this one that has been a standard for decades will not be on broadcast television anymore.
Why, got yanked?
People got so upset that this company bought the rights to it that this weekend they are offering it for free. But it might be a trap.
Oh.
And we'll get into it next on the break. 96.5 WCMF. It's an American holiday staple that for the last 3 years you've had to pay for.
Oh.
But there was such an outrage that this company is now willing to give it to you for free this weekend. But it feels like it might be a trap.
Little catch-ola.
You're hanging out in the break room, Rochester's Classic Rock, 96.5. WCMF just after 9 o'clock. After our post-game Tuesday coverage yesterday, we had to move Where They Whine. But we have to have Where They Whine.
Yeah.
So just after 9 o'clock, Kimmy on jury duty, terrible time Timmy behind the board. He will be operating as the commissioner for a special Wednesday Timmy run.
Commish.
Where They Whine. And we'll do it in just a little while here in the break room on CMF. So, Tommy, back in 2020, Apple acquired the rights to the Peanuts characters and all the things that go along with them, which means a Charlie Brown Christmas American standard has not aired on network television in 3 years.
Okay.
You can't watch it on ABC anymore. And that is an annual holiday tradition for a ton of people.
Come watch the saddest little boy always lose.
It's such a great movie.
It's the Charlie Brown. I never got. It is the most depressing, sad story.
Yes.
I like to show children. It sucks.
Spoiled rich kid who got everything he wants, doesn't understand Charlie Brown. Shock face.
But why do I want to watch this loser kid with a bald head?
Because people relate to it, you idiot.
I don't need to relate to sad. It's the holidays. Give me something good like Frosty when he dies at the end.
The message is good.
Or Rudolph, where nobody wants to play with him.
That's it.
Or the kid that takes his eye out with the rifle. Something uplifting, Pat.
So many people have been so upset with Apple that they have taken Charlie Brown off of network television.
So people have bitched.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, Tommy, this is something that families would schedule to watch together, 7, 8 o'clock
I'm amazed
on
it's
ABC.
still popular.
It's a very relatable story that spans generations.
Apparently, it made that guy rich.
Apple has felt the heat. So this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they are giving non-subscribers free access to a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Okay.
So if you don't have Apple Plus TV or whatever the hell they call it, they're also offering a 7-day free trial if you want to watch it on Thanksgiving.
Oh, there's your snag right there.
I mean, this is a scam, right?
Oh, sure it is.
Feels
It's a
like
lure you in.
Feels like a trap. Mm-hmm. They're using an American standard feel-good story to trap us.
Do they own all the Charlie Brown stuff, like the pumpkin?
It seems like, it sounds like they bought the rights to all the Peanuts characters.
Damn. All right.
Will people pay to watch it closer to Christmas?
That's sad.
Does it mean that much? Timmy, was this part of your holiday tradition growing up?
I watched it. Yeah, I don't watch it anymore. It's not like it wasn't a tradition, but when it was on, it was on.
Are you single right now?
Yeah.
As a single man living in an apartment, do you have holiday shows you have to watch because it's a part of your life?
I still try to make it a point to watch Frosty.
Okay, so you will watch Frosty the Snowman
by yourself.
Well, it's whoever, but yeah.
And
like in your apartment.
Wherever. If it's on TV and I'm out and about, like I'm
Bro,
not gonna go to a bar and be like, hey man, I need to see this.
No, but if I walk past your apartment, let's say you and I are neighbors, right? I just glance in. There's Timmy just sitting in his underwear and dress socks, watching Frosty.
Yeah.
I go, that guy's building a pipe bomb.
Oh no. I don't think it's that rare.
Really?
I don't think it's as rare as you think. Now,
because these shows are designed for little children,
No,
or
but-
at least for you to sit down with your kids. But to be a grown ass person to just sit and watch this with no child around is weird.
if I didn't have kids and I was single, I would still watch Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas every single year.
And that's like one of the low ones.
No,
man.
wait, no, it's the best one.
It's busted.
Bro, it's so popular that Lemon Cup every year puts on a Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas live concert with a band, and it sells out multiple shows.
Yeah, for the hipster crowd.
No, in fact, I met a lot of our listeners, old fat guys that paid to go out to Lemon Cup and watch Emmett Otter's Jug Band
Well, you
Christmas.
know, Emmett Otter's band is actually what put Chuck E. Cheese's band out of business.
Ladies and gentlemen, terrible time, Timmy. 252 WCMF. The Charlie Brown Christmas will be free this weekend on Apple TV Plus because they bought the rights to it. They've taken it off of network television. People are freaking out. So Saturday and Sunday, non-subscribers can watch it for free, but it sounds like they're using it to try and trap you to pay for Apple TV Plus. You don't watch any of those shows at the holiday time?
No, I got a grandkid. I'm gonna get a major dose of this stuff coming up.
Okay.
So I'm saving myself, guys. I can't watch something over and over that I've already seen. Like, I know how this works out, man.
You mean every joke you've ever told your entire life?
Yeah, probably.
Because I heard from a distance, kind of looked like an eighth grader.
Keeps coming up.
There it is. See what I mean?
No, but I can't. Can you watch something you know the outcome?
Yeah. In fact, I prefer doing that. It's very comforting.
All right.
Like, even when I sit down to watch Netflix, I will keep watching the same shows that I've watched for like 15 years over and over and over again.
They put out new stuff every week.
I'm aware. I like the comfort.
Like I can remember like my parents watching that Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay.
It was made before the war, for God's sakes. And it's black and white, boring-ass dialogue.
But again, it's a good message.
No, it sucks,
It's an
man.
American classic.
Like, you forget, like, how bad acting was back then.
If it sucks so much.
Santa Claus is in the window. Let me go look. Well, go ahead, darling. Go look. Why are we talking British when we're in Manhattan?
I was going to
Don't
say.
make no sense, love. That's how bad acting we is.
If it was that bad, it wouldn't have survived this long.
Don't say that.
It's
People
true.
just get lazy, man.
No. What name me a thing that sucks that survived 100 years.
Probably just
Other than you. No, in my family, it was Charlie Brown, Year Without a Santa Claus,
Yeah, but you
Rudolph
were
the
like
Red-Nosed
base,
Reindeer.
no cable people.
Oh,
You
I
took whatever
mean-
Channel 8 served you up that night. Dialing for dollars, bowling for money.
Bowling for money. Everybody does it. Like the amount
I
of
know,
family,
I know.
and like I do wonder how it's changed now because, like, you know, my wife and the kids, we do go out of our way to watch it on network television.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many people don't even bother doing that because a lot of these streaming services will also have these specials.
Yeah.
So you know you don't have to wait around for.
But once you become empty nesters and you don't have grandkids yet, you're not going to anchor into this crap.
I disagree with you. I think there are a lot of people listening right now that do it just because you've always done it. It reminds you of the kids being little. You like the story. It's entertaining to you.
All right.
You're going to tell me that empty nesters don't watch A Christmas Story on Christmas when they run it over and over again on
I
TNT?
figured they're drinking and doing other things.
By the way, that's a great movie. A Christmas Story? You
Oh, is that
shoot your
the,
eye
one-
out.
the Red Rider thing?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
What?
It's so goddamn depressing, and it's not even funny.
It's very funny.
It's not.
It's very funny.
so unfunny. It's, you know what it is? It's mom funny.
Oh, my God. It's a story that is so good, despite being set in the 1950s, 40s.
Yeah, I think it's post-war.
It's still relatable to every generation. Like, think how hard it is to write a story of a kid that listens to a radio show every night, gets a decoder ring in the mail, and me at 12 years old in, 1995 can look at that and be like, wow, I get where he's
Well,
where
your
he's
house
going.
kind of looked like that.
Okay.
That 1940s motif.
It did get bombed out. 252 WCMF. Let's talk to Dan real quick. Hey, Danny boy, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Ironically, just last night, I watched Charlie Brown Pumpkin Patch and Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Okay, so do you have kids?
I do, but
So you watch it by yourself?
I did watch it by myself, yeah.
Thoughts, Tommy?
That's
As
sad.
a 33-year-old man.
What?
I feel a little nostalgic.
There's a million things to watch on TV.
Yeah, but those things you can watch
Suck.
anytime.
Dan, what's your favorite holiday movie?
Christmas or just in general?
Let's go Christmas.
That's very tough.
Okay, just give me a movie, Dan.
Probably, I will say, A Christmas Carol is my favorite Christmas play.
Which one is that?
music.
That's the one where Kermit the Frog is
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yep. Do you watch?
Again, another depressing movie.
It's the story, man. Like, how are you so stupid
Guy
that you don't
almost
understand?
dies.
Okay.
Hey, you're a piece of crap. You screwed everybody over. Nobody likes you in this town. Unless you feed them and throw gold coins at them, you piece of crap.
Dan, enjoy your holiday movies, buddy. I appreciate the call.
I sure will.
All right.
The
bye, Dan.
adorable kid is also handicapped. I mean, it's a terrible story.
No, it's not. Oh my God.
Isn't Tiny Tim hurt?
Yes, he's got a crutch.
Right, and they don't even tell you why.
Why? Do you want to know?
Well, I'm going to watch this movie 1,000 times at some point. Did somebody drink during pregnancy? What happened to this child? You don't even get the good questions answered.
I don't
want
to know why a child is handicapped.
Don't put him in there. He
No,
didn't need
put-
to be. He didn't need to be
I
handicapped.
think it was just polio.
Yeah, it's probably polio
probably
or
was
rickets. I mean, what do they have back then?
polio was big back then.
No, but that was the 1800s. Was polio big back then?
Oh yeah.
I think it was. I'm guessing rickets.
No polio. Oh rickets.
Polo.
I thought didn't rickets turn into polio?
Yeah. Don Ricketts into polio. All right.
All right.
The phone number is 252-WCMF, 252-9263. It's a very special Wednesday here.
And I got the hot hand, brother.
Shut up, man. You ain't got nothing.
Really? That's my pick the other
You
day.
ass backwards backed into Ken Dorsey
Well,
getting
you
fired
ain't seen
today.
no ass till now.
Because of post-game coverage yesterday, we had to move where they whine it, but we always have to do where
Yeah.
they whine it. It's in our contract.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy is serving on a jury, hopefully not for long, this morning. So terrible time Timmy is in. He will be reading the Post, and he will be the commissioner today. Timmy, you're fully aware of the rules of where they whine it.
I will figure it out.
Great. The phone number is 252-WCMF. You can listen to the post while you are on hold if you want to try and jump in now and guarantee yourself access.
Saddle up, buddy.
We do it Timmy commissioned, Where They Whine, and we do it next here in the break room on CMF. The day is different. The commissioner is strange, but the game remains the same.
Let's do it.
Because the Bills playing on Monday has thrown everything off this week, but we cannot go through a week here in the break room without figuring out where the bitchin' is coming from.
Come on.
You're hanging out in the break room, Rochester's Classic Rock 96.5, WCMF. It's 9 o'clock. Normally on Wednesdays, we just run our mouths and talk about anything at 9 o'clock. Where They Whine In is reserved for Tuesdays, but because of the post-game coverage, that has been moved to today. Yeah. The phone number is 252-WCMF, 252-9263. You can hear Timmy, who is in for Kimmy, who has jury duty, reading the post through the phone if you want to sit on hold. So, here are the changes today.
What are the changes?
Because Kimmy is gone,
yeah,
Timmy will be serving as interim commissioner.
Sure.
So he will have last rule on all disqualifications. And for those who are new to this game, because it's a different day we're doing it, we'll explain how it works.
Yeah.
Timmy has a post that was given to him by Kimmy that was sent by one of you listeners from the neighborhood apps. It's like Facebook for where you live.
Yeah.
He's going to read that out loud. And there will be tiny little nuances.
Ooh, listen.
The street name and town references have been removed. And because, Tommy, you and me and everyone listening to the show knows every little stereotype about every town, village, neighborhood in the greater Rochester area, we're going to figure out where they whining, and we're going to do it right now. Timmy, are we ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Where can I find a good deli around here? I'm talking about an old school family-owned meat market. And don't come at me with Wegmans. I love and embrace our local grocery stores, but it's just not the same. I moved here from New Jersey with my wife, who's from Rochester. She insisted on moving back to, and has always raved about growing up here. Prior to that, we lived in Hoboken for years, and while I don't miss the prices, boy, do I miss a good pork roll. I don't think that exists in, at least I have yet to find it. I'm in search of that little taste of home that I've been missing. There have to be other New Jersey transplants out there that know what I'm talking about. To give you an idea of what I'm looking for in a deli, I want that neighborhood corner store, one where generations of family members slice the cold cuts right in front of you and know you by name. I really miss that experience. I'd like to hear your recommendations in the comments below, and I'm willing to drive a ways to get there. I'd also love to hear of a good bagel place, too. Don't even get me started on the lack of good bagels around here.
Okay, so we know one place he's not. 252-WCMF, 252-9263. That's the number. So real quick, for those who don't know what a pork roll is, Tommy, you being born in Jersey, would you like to explain it?
Well, it's basically a cold cut. It's a whole pork roast. It's roasted down and sliced.
Okay.
Right?
Put on like a bun?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a pork bun.
Yeah, it's almost like roast beef but pork.
You got it, yeah. All right. So this is tough, man, because if we did this 10 years ago, the answer is easy. But as we've discussed here on the show, all of the mom-and-pop delis in the greater Rochester area after COVID starting shutting their doors. And with the excuse, I will never forget this quote from one of the mom-and-pop places, why they were closing, nobody wants to spend $9 on a loaf of bread.
Yes.
All right. So, Tommy, with all of the details we have here, 252-WCMF, what are you thinking?
So I'm trying to think, where is the drab food? Because this guy wants good deli.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
he
wants mom and pop deli.
Right. And the West Side got all what he's talking about.
I don't know if they do anymore.
Well, if it is anywhere, it's on the West Side.
No, again, that might be different. It might be different because there could be like East Side, like kitschy fun places that popped up.
That's not what he's looking. He's not looking for your hipster pork.
I understand he's not.
He's looking for old school.
Okay, so what do you think?
He's looking for like gruff people that serve you the food that act like they don't even care.
Okay.
And they throw it at you.
Okay.
So that's not on the West Side.
No, it's okay.
Where's the drab food?
Where's
Drab Town?
Tell me, where's the drab food?
Where is Drab Ola?
I'm waiting to hear where the drab food is.
Got to be on the East Side, bro. I'm going to say it's Penfield.
Okay. No. Okay.
Think about it. You ain't finding nothing on Penfield, bro.
I don't know
it's
if it's
Drab Ola.
Okay. We're going to talk now because we're lucky we have Timmy, who is a born and bred East Sider in Fairport right next to Penfield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Timmy, when you're going out to the old Thomas Creek, the Rochester Rice Center, and you drive past that deli place, what's it called?
Closed.
The one in Fairport?
Is it in Fairport or is that Penfield?
I don't know the name of it.
Because that's the number. But you know what I'm talking about.
I don't. I don't have to go through Penfield to get to the Rogers
Okay,
Rice
none of
Center.
this matters.
So I don't know.
Here's the point that I'm making.
There are a couple little pockets on the east side that have joints.
No, that's what I'm saying. And I can't, off the top of my head right now, think on the west side what places are still open.
There probably are, though.
No, I'm telling
like
you.
these little neighborhood joints you probably never even went to because it was too expensive for
No,
you. Busted out.
shut up, you bitch-ass bitch. Everybody on the west side went to these places. Doesn't matter how expensive it is.
How poor you were.
No, like my favorite place was Marticello's in Gates, but Marticello's doesn't exist
Did you
anymore.
have to just lick the wax paper in the garbage?
Bro, I miss those subs so much. There was no sub like it.
Yeah.
It was a sub above, if you will.
Yeah, made with love.
All right, so you are going with Penfield.
Drab-ass Penfield food.
All right.
It's a drab food desert.
I feel like Kimmy's trying to fool us here because she's the one that picked this.
Of course.
It seems like... Sorry. Ugh.
What do you got?
It's West Side. I feel West Side.
You think this guy's living on the west side and can't buy a goddamn sandwich?
Yes, I'm trying to outsmart Kimmy here. But it's not going to be... Oh, I was close. I'm going to say they whining in Hilton.
That's country.
No, that's what I mean, though. Like, well,
You could probably get a good country sub out there.
No, but a country sub is different than what he's looking for.
All right.
Mom and pop deli place. And, like, she moved to New Jersey but came back home. What side of town would she live on?
You got her out in the sticks.
Well, but, I mean, Hilton...
I mean, Hilton's semi-stick.
All right. I'm going to go with Hilton.
All
252 WC. This is the hardest one we've ever done. This is really, and it's also depressing because there used to be places like this absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
What are we doing to our community?
Where have all the subs gone?
Seriously. There's something about a sub on bread that they made in that spot.
yeah,
and I know
fresh.
DeBellis has it, and it's good. I know that Wegmans does it, and it's
Yeah.
good. But, I mean, I want to look that hairy Italian man in the face while he hands me
Bet
that
you do.
giant sub.
Is
252
that what he calls it?
252 WCMF 252-9263. All right. Before we go to the phones, there is one rule.
What's the rule?
And one rule only. You get one pick.
Right.
So if you are on hold and you hear the name of your town, you have two options. You can either hang up the phone, try again next week, no big deal, we won't hold it against you, or change the name of your town. If you pick up the phone and go, I was going to say, but I don't want to, you have been disqualified, and Timmy, in Kimmy's absence, having jury duty, is the interim commissioner.
All right.
Clausen's is the joint out in Fairport. That's what it's called.
Clausen's?
I love that place. 252 WCMF, 252-9263. Let's kick it off with, how about 6 Pete? He deserves a first shot. Hey, Petey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Tommy Uswami. I'm telling you right now, you already lost.
Right.
So, and great bonus pick. I'm glad you hit this week. I'm going to Rondequoit.
Why Rondequoit? What? That sounds like the worst guess.
I got a sneaky feeling that it's Rondequoit because I think Kimmy's trying to trick us by making it an obvious town.
Is Cooper Deli still open in the town of Rondequoit?
I think they closed last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. But there were a couple of
There's
places.
a million places in Irondequoit,
No, but
man.
in Petey's defense.
No, there's only like 2.
Okay,
and the
but
rest are chains.
But that's 2 more than I think any other town has. I mean, look, I haven't been out. I'm with you, Tommy. I immediately think mom and pops, but I haven't been out to Rondequoit in forever. All right.
Well, see, the thing is, the chains in the Rondequoit also are in another town as well. So.
All right.
Yeah, you lost.
Okay, Pete, thanks for the call, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of the day. 252 WCMF, 252-9263. Let's get a lady pick in early.
Oh, I like a lady pick.
It always means we get results here. Ann's on CMF. Ann, where are they whining?
Spencerport.
Why Spencerport?
I had a realtor tell me when people moved in that she encourages them to go to Spencerport and tells them it's the best town in New York State.
Okay. What does that have to do with the mom and pop delis?
Because they said they moved from New Jersey.
Okay, so you're saying that these people there are no mom and pop delis in Spencerport anymore?
I don't think so, but I'll tell you the best one if you want it.
Sure, why not?
Gates, Calabricellas.
Oh, what town? What? So you picked Spencerport.
Correct.
But you think there could be a second town here?
No, I think the Spencerport people who are looking for the deli need to go to Gates to Calabricellas.
Timmy, you are the commissioner. 2 names have been said.
It's you, man.
Well, no, I'm asking a question here.
Her ass.
I think that's just simply a suggestion on where to go.
Look at that. Soft-ass commish.
But in honor of, what was it, the Ice Maiden?
Yes.
Booter.
Yo, she's gone?
Booter.
She's been disqualified?
See ya pizza.
Kimmy hit see ya pizza. I mean, Kimmy would have disqualified you. I'm sorry, Ann. You did this to yourself. We didn't even try and coach you.
baited her
Thanks
so
for the
bad.
call. Have a good rest of the day. So, Ann, Spencerport is back on the board. If it's not Spencerport, as is Gates, 252 WCMF, 252-9263. It's my favorite part of this game.
I'm sure it is.
Let's talk to Matt. Matty, where they whining, buddy?
Guys, I'm going to have to agree with Tommy before. It's like I live in Irondequoit, and besides Cooper Deli, but we've also gotten Rubino's, but also same thing, Calabricella's.
So what's your town?
I'm still sticking with Irondequoit.
No, you disqualified yourself. You can't pick the same town, Matt. Goodbye, you've been disqualified. What the hell's going on?
He mentions two quality. That I forgot about Rubino's up on the ridge. That place is old school.
Yeah, it is. But it's so old school, you forget that it's not a chain.
But, I mean, it's, like, amazing.
We've had back-to-back disqualifications.
Yeah.
Is that a first time in Where They Wine in history? Yeah. All right, let's get back on back on track. 252 WCMF. Little touching. Let's talk to Mike. Mike, Where They Whining, buddy?
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
All right. Grew up in Hilton, and the go-to spot for me and my family, all Italian, was a little mom-and-pop spot on the west side off of 18 called Petinaries.
Okay.
Real family-oriented. They're all family that run the business. You walk in, they got the deli. You can
all right, but what town are you going with, Mike?
I'm going with Hilton.
Oh, my God, that's 3 disqualifications. Maybe I've screwed up here. Mike, you've been disqualified also.
We already got it.
Go home, please. Okay. Maybe I've made a mistake here because we are doing Where Are They Whining on a different day.
Yes.
Maybe folks are not familiar.
Or maybe so.
Once a town is picked, that
it.
town is off the board.
Okay.
Right? So right now, we have Penfield, Hilton, and Irondequoit. Spencerport is still on the board, as is Gates, because Ann disqualified herself. Right. We're not looking for what you think it is. We're looking for a winner. So if the town you think has already been said, either hang up the phone and don't talk to me, or pick another town.
Right.
We have more we have the same amount of disqualifications after 6 calls as we do actual picks right now. 252 WCMF, 252-9263. I believe in Carl. Carl. Oh, hold on. Sorry. What's a stupid button? Carl, where are they whining, buddy?
Calabricella's, Rochester.
What neighborhood is Calabricella's?
It's on Buffalo Road.
Where's that?
So that would be, it's not the 19th ward. It's like the Lyle Ave area?
No, it's
What's the town?
It's Gates.
It's not quite Gates.
I think it is Gates. Are you sure it's not Gates?
Maybe it is. I don't know, but it's the best.
All right, so you want to go with Gates?
Far.
You want to go with Gates?
Sure.
Oh, my God. I hate this game today. Carl, thanks for the call, buddy. See, here's the problem.
Everybody's calling with their favorite joint.
Because the guy who wrote the post online asked, where is your favorite joint?
Yes, I know.
Okay, so people heard that and are calling. Look, I know a lot of great places have mom and pop. That's great. That's great. That's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for where this person is whining. What suburb?
He can't find a sandwich.
Yes, neighborhood can he not find a sandwich in, Tommy? And it seems like a lot
So
of
far, it's been me.
What are you talking about?
I have the quality pick, so.
No, you don't.
Oh,
I don't think
bro.
it's East Side. I'm telling you, man.
Bro,
Although,
I just Ken Dorsey this.
Shut. What, you just fired yourself?
No, I just picked another hot winner who's now fired.
252 WCMF. We'll have Timmy read the post one more time in a second here. Let's talk to Phil. Phil, where are they whining, buddy?
I think it's Henrietta.
Why Henrietta?
I live in Henrietta, and I got to drive all the way out to Calabricella's to get some good meat.
I bet you do. Look,
that's a good call because there's nothing but chain out that way.
Yeah, hold on.
The Jeff is nothing but chain.
They pushed everything out of Henrietta.
Yeah,
they forced the little guy out.
They pushed everything out of Henrietta. Now I'm trying to think. I can't think of a place I can go get like cold cuts or a sub.
Not mom and pop on the Jeff.
Well, there are some good places, but they're all pizza places. It's not a traditional deli.
And most of those are probably corporate too.
No, you idiot. There's Ken's. There's like Salvatore's. There's Pontillo's. Those kind of places.
Right.
Phil?
Yeah, but they're not selling deli meat there.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm with you. there. Phil, thanks for the call, buddy. Have a good rest of the day.
He's looking for the good gobble.
Can I ask you a side question?
Yeah.
If a deli sells pizza, does it no longer make it a deli?
No, I think it's still a deli if it sells sandwiches and stuff.
But then it's a pizza place. Like, doesn't pizza sales automatically make it a pizza place?
No, because I can think of joints that sell all that stuff.
Can you give me an example?
Leo's.
Okay. So sweet.
But he sells everything, including pizzas.
Yeah, but does anybody go to Leo's to get like a pizza on a Thursday, or do you get the pizza when you go to Leo's?
But they do subs. They do everything.
But do you consider them a deli?
Yeah, I mean they're a full deli.
I know, but it's not. I guess it is a mom and pop.
But you don't get more mom and pop than that joint.
They got like high end meats though. That's what throws me.
Yeah, you never had boar's head.
Well, no, I had your mom one time. More like Boar's throat. 252 WCMF, 252-9263. All right. Everyone sit tight. Timmy, if you could read us the post one more time for the folks that are just joining us.
Yeah. You want the... Never mind. I'll just read it.
Just read the damn post, Timmy.
Where can I find a good deli around here? I'm talking about an old school family-owned meat market. Don't come at me with Wegmans. I love and embrace our local grocery stores, but it's just not the same. I moved here from New Jersey with my wife, who's from Rochester. She insisted moving on back to, and has always raved about growing up here. Prior to that, we lived in Hoboken for years, and while I don't miss the prices, boy, do I miss a good pork roll. I don't think that exists in the town that I live in. At least I have yet to find it. I'm in search of that little taste of home that I've been missing. There has to be other New Jersey transplants out there that knows what I'm talking about. To give you an idea what I'm looking for in a deli, I want a neighborhood corner store feel, one where generations of family members slice the cold cuts right there in front of you and know you by name. I really miss that experience. I'd like to hear your recommendations in the comments below.
Nobody does a read like Timmy.
And this is hard to read. I'm willing to drive. Can we talk about what I'm trying to read here?
Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm willing to...
I want to go to a deli.
Oh, Mr. Sensitive.
I'm willing to drive a ways to get there, and I'd also love to hear of a good bagel place, too. Don't even get me started on the lack of good bagels around here.
All right, phone number is 252-WCMF, 252-9263. Tommy is in Penfield. I'm in Hilton, and I've screwed up because one of our listeners alerted us, and I forgot Hilton was the winner last week, and Kimmy would not go back-to-back. So I've already screwed. Pete went around to Coit and disqualified herself. Matt disqualified himself. Mike disqualified himself. Triple disqualifications.
Yeah.
Carl's in Gatesville, is in Henrietta, 252-9263. Let's talk to Denise. Denise, where are they whining?
They're whining from Spencerport
Why Spencerport?
because there's nothing there that's a deli or anywhere close to it.
Do you live in Spencerport?
I live close to it.
Okay, so when you need to go find stuff like this, where do you go?
Chile.
Chile. All right. You'll let it go. Denise, thanks for the call. Have a good rest of the day. We've had far too many disqualifications. The paper's starting to get way down. 252-WCMF. James is on CMF. Hey, James, what's up?
My neighborhood right here. Hey, guys. How you doing, man?
God, it's you. Go
again,
ahead.
all right?
Yeah.
Listen, all right, Park Ave right here in the city.
You think he's
What?
writing from Park Ave?
Oh, I thought you meant, well, yeah, I'm whining from Park Ave. I am whining from Park Ave, and so is he. Because you can't really find a good mom and pop store around here that serves it right in front of you.
It's not the butt mom and pop
like
on
that.
Park Ave.
Let the man talk. He's already made his decision, and let's
This
get
whole
this
neighborhood here, man, is deplete of a good mom and pop that piles it on.
Okay, all right.
There was a place in the city before. I'm still talking city. I'm not going to get disqualified. But, okay, when I worked at Kodak, we had a place right across the street from us.
Hey, why don't you go back there now? I heard they've been asking for you.
Anyway,
Okay,
it
what
was
was
the
the name of
best.
the place? What was the name of the place? James, what was the name of the place?
Roses.
All right.
Roses Deli.
Great story, James.
It
Thanks
was
for the
the
call.
best.
All right, bye, James.
The
Oh,
best,
my
the
God.
best.
Oh, my God.
The effing best.
All right, 252-WCMF, 252-9263. Let's talk to Brandon. Brandon, where are they whining, buddy? Brandon.
Yeah,
where they whining?
Well, I was going to say something, but it's already been said, so I can't say that. So I'm going to go with Caledonia.
So close. shut up.
Man, that's out there.
I'm hanging up on Brandon. All right, we got Caledonia.
All right.
Tommy, going back to that Park Ave pick, I can't think of a worse pick so far than Park Ave.
It's nothing but.
Right?
Unless there's no actual deli.
There has to be a deli on Park Ave. There has to be.
There used to be, for sure.
I know there's multiple bakeries.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to think the last time I went, but then again, Park Ave hasn't been there for like 3 or 4 years. Park Ave Fest.
True.
So
I
maybe-
haven't been down there in many years.
Well, yeah, your car don't go that way, especially because it
I'm
costs
not allowed.
$5 to park. All right, let's whip through a couple. 252-WCMF. Christian, where are they whining, buddy?
Hey, I like Tommy's guess. I'm going to guess a neighboring city, Webster.
Why Webster? The city of Webster.
The city of Webster. Well, I live in Webster. I've met a couple people from New Jersey.
Okay.
And there's only chains, really.
Really? There's
here
no more
for,
delis
deli.
in Webster? That's a big Italian community.
I can't.
I don't think so. There's like a small Rubino's, but it's not. I think they only do. I don't think they shave it there. They get it from the main place.
Oh,
well, yeah, there is a DeBella's out there.
Well, that's not a deli, though. That's a sub shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chain, yeah.
Kristen, thanks for the call. Here's what we're learning.
What's that?
When you ask men about delis, they become the most boring people of all
Yes.
time. Every call we've taken, I've wanted to stab my ears out with this pen. Well, you know, when it comes to the meats and
There is that sausage joint out there.
Oh, you talking about your mom's house? The sausages out there. All the sausages you need. I hope you don't mind that there's already been a mouth on them. What sausage joint are you talking about?
It's way out there. It's by the farms.
252
It's like Schreiber's sausage or something like that.
Okay.
It's like a farm, but I think
I
they
can't
just
believe you
use
said the name of the place after what I just said.
Why you asked? I was
Idiot.
I'm sure I didn't get the name right.
Too much. All right, Jackie, where are they whining? Jackie.
Yes, it's Jackie. Sorry.
Nobody cares. Keep going.
There's a place in Batavia. It's called Southside Deli.
Batavia?
Yeah.
You're going too far out, honey.
No, she doesn't even know. Why is it so hard today? Kimmy leaves and everything goes to hell. What is going on?
You don't want to pick Mississauga?
Jackie, we got you for Batavia. Thank you.
That's our first Batavia pick.
She doesn't even mean to pick Batavia. She called up again with a good suggestion for a deli. Kimmy walks out of the room. Everything goes terribly. All right, we're going to take one more.
Right.
One more pick, and it's a man who knows what he's doing because he's done this multiple times, and I
right.
trust him right now to save this segment. Ben has got the last word. Ben, where they whining, buddy?
Dude, this one was rough. This one sucked.
Look, I'm not happy with this either, Ben.
I'm going to go with Fairport because the place I'm thinking that he's not happy with, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like Skips or something like that up in Fairport. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Fairport.
Okay.
That pick sucks.
Do you go to...
Oh, you forgot the Tommy rule where he kind of attaches himself to somebody else.
He hasn't done it yet because 9 out of the 10 people have disqualified themselves.
True.
You know, it is weird, Ben. Do you go to a lot of delis, Ben?
Sometimes.
He doesn't go as much as he used to.
No, why not?
Well, because, like, you know, you walk into a deli, and, like, those smells hit you.
Oh, my God.
It's enough to make your mouth water.
Oh, yeah.
Your tongue stick out of your mouth. And, you know, that guy was just talking about slicing the meat.
Yeah. So you go, hey, what you want? Give me some mortadella. Oh, my God. I got to go to that my tongue. My tongue's a cold cut. I don't like the taste of it.
Ben, thanks for the call, buddy. Timmy, don't worry about it. Have a good rest of the day. Okay.
All right.
I no longer have the patience for what we're doing
All
here.
right, let's wrap her up.
And this might be my fault.
Let's end it.
All right. Just to recap our picks here. Tommy is in Penfield. I am in Hilton. Pete is in Irondequoit. Ann disqualified herself. Matt disqualified himself. Mike disqualified himself. Carl picked Gates only after he realized he screwed up. Phil's in Henrietta because it's all changed. Denise is in Spencerport. James is on Park Ave. Once again, he didn't understand what we were trying to do here. Brandon chose Caledonia because he sucks. Christian's in Webster, which if that's true, there aren't those places out there anymore. I'm very sad.
Okay.
Jackie picked Batavia because she had time to waste.
Yes.
And Ben is out in Fairport.
Right.
Timmy, are we ready?
We're ready.
Let's make it happen. I don't even care about winning.
We got to win.
We don't have a winner. This sucked.
We got to win.
Bro, 30% of them are disqualifications.
Where they whining?
Victor.
You idiot. He just yells Victor into a microphone. No suspense.
Yeah, I mean, that game sucked.
There are no mom and pop joints in Victor.
You know what? I don't go to Victor that much to know. Like the village of Victor?
Yeah, you would think.
I don't go there.
Okay.
All right.
This was the worst Where They Whining we've ever done.
Yeah.
And it seems that, I mean, we knew this already, but Kimmy being here holds the whole show together. All right. So, Timmy, you sucked.
Yeah. Thanks for helping out.
Yeah. 80% of the people that called, you guys sucked. You sucked. I sucked. This sucked. Let's take a break. Tommy did not suck with his bonus pick. He hit it, fell ass backwards into it this week.
Called it.
The Bills no longer have their offensive coordinator from that game Monday night, but it turns out he's not the only member of an NFL coaching staff that could be gone soon.
Oh, really?
Because the most successful active coach in the NFL apparently is already gone.
Wait.
We'll get into it next to the break. 96.5 WCMF. So the big coaching news in the NFL today is that Ken Dorsey is no longer the offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills.
Boot you go.
Yeah, and Tommy, for some reason, has been taking this very well.
Well, how could I not? I called it.
Okay, great. You ass backwards fell into it. You won't shut
Like
up.
the
about
coach didn't even realize it. I knew before McDermott knew.
Shut up.
Do you understand that?
But it turns out the most legendary, active, successful coach in the NFL is already gone.
Where he's gone?
You hanging out in the break room, Rochester's
No.
Classic Rock 96.5 WCMF. Ken Dorsey blown out as the offensive coordinator. The Bills have elevated quarterbacks coach Joe Brady. He's got 5 days to get ready for the Jets, a team that beat them opening night and plays
Get on
them
the
tough.
Brady train, baby.
Okay, great. I can't wait to talk about this game on Sunday, Monday. I
Oh,
cannot
with
wait.
your expert
I
boys
can't
that couldn't
wait.
see anything.
But there are 2 surprising reports coming out yesterday from 2 reporters.
All right.
Bill Belichick
No.
is gone from New England after this season. So the Patriots are a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It's all his fault. He's the general manager. He's the head coach. He's the president of football operations. He answers to literally
So he
no
runs
one.
it all.
Yes, he makes every draft pick, decision to sign, decision to cut. And recently, that's been a major problem.
Mm.
Timmy, the Patriots have won 2 games?
2-8, yeah.
Okay. The
So
the Bills one of them.
is he walking on his own terms, or is Kraft saying you're out?
According to a report, 2 reports from The Athletic and ESPN say he's gone at the end of the season. And I mean, if you had to ask, it sounds like it's going to be the franchise telling him whatever way you want to spin this, you have to be gone.
Okay.
But what's interesting, Dan Orlovsky from ESPN said yesterday
Yeah.
he already has a team he's going to pick out.
Wait, he's going to go to another team?
Well, he is, 50 wins short of the all-time win record, Timmy? Something like that?
Yeah, that's
Wasn't it
a
like
lot
George
of more
Halas?
years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Isn't
He's
that
in-
like George Halas, but he owned the team, so
No,
he could just coach forever?
He just passed Hallis. I think the active winner...
It's got to be Shula?
No, it might be Shula. It might be Shula.
Yes.
Really?
Tim,
Yeah, because he
it
went
is,
to
okay.
Baltimore. And
Yeah,
All right.
Hallis was 30. Just passed him. Who's 2?
Belichick now.
Belichick is 2. Yeah, okay.
And then Shula's 1.
Shula will be number 1.
All right. So where's he going?
They don't say that part.
Where do you think he's going?
San Diego. Or Los Angeles, the Chargers.
Oh.
Right? That makes the most sense.
I think he goes back to Vegas. Not back to Vegas, but Vegas.
Well, you just went with a Belichick disciple in Vegas, and it blew up in your face.
Yeah, but now it's Belichick, and weirdo
Sin
Mark
City.
Davis loves doing weird stuff.
But what do you have there to win? I mean, at least in San Diego, you have a bunch of pieces there. The defense has a bunch of stars. The offense has a bunch of stars. It just seems the coach out there
So he's going to
sucks.
the
That's
Chargers?
collusion.
That's what I think.
There's already a coach there. There's not in Vegas.
He's going to lose his job if he doesn't make the playoffs. Brandon Staley will lose his job in Los Angeles. Yeah, so I think it would be the Chargers.
All right.
But that's just me thinking out loud here. But here's what I don't get.
What?
Who would want him right now?
Well, he is a big name. If you buy into that.
Without Brady, he has a losing record. He's several games under 500 now. Fun fact, Belichick and the Patriots have already have more losses since Brady left than they did in the 20 years Brady was there in total.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Oh, my God.
That's how bad it's been in New England since Brady walked out the door. They made the playoffs once and were blown out by the Bills at home.
Mm-hmm. All
Or
right.
in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, where else could he end up? I mean, what team is ready-made and disappointing right now that could fire their head coach?
I
And
mean,
if anyone says the Bills, I'm going to punch you in the face.
What about the Jets if they don't pull it out?
So Aaron Rodgers, Bill Belichick, he ain't going to deal with that kind of drama. He ran Brady out of town, and Rodgers is even more of a psycho.
How about, who else kind of sucks? They got the bottom of the bottom.
Well, no, but you need to have a team that has all kinds of talent.
Like potential.
Yeah.
That he can fix.
I don't know who else. Timmy, can you think of anyone else? I mean, Cleveland, Deshaun Watson, that's the other breaking news story. Deshaun Watson, Browns quarterback, is out for the season with a fractured shoulder.
But Chicago's horrible, right?
Chicago's terrible. They're going to have...
I don't think Belichick's welcome back in Cleveland
Forgot
after
about
being
that.
there 30 years ago.
And he may want a warm climate just to hang. Or he may want Vegas or L.A.
I mean...
He don't want to freeze his ass off in Cleveland.
Yeah, that would make sense. But then again, I don't think he cares about climate. I think he cares about sticking it up everyone's you-know-what, getting this win record and getting the hell out of the NFL.
What if he goes to Tampa?
Who's in Tampa? Baker Mayfield?
But what if he goes down there?
He could. I don't know why you would. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield.
He just seems like a guy that wants to go hang a little bit too now.
Yeah, but if he wanted to do that, I mean, you would have done it years ago.
All right.
252 WCMF. Again, these are just reports from both The Athletic and ESPN that Belichick will be gone from New England after this season. Dan Orlovsky of ESPN says he already has his new team picked out.
You think he would wrap it up?
No, I mean, look, he's got a massive ego.
But like you said, man, you got to put yourself in a position to win. If there's not a position out there, you're just going to eat more cheese.
Timmy, could you Google, maybe it's not 50, could you Google how many wins he has left to get to Shula? It might be in the 30s.
I think it's in the 30s, but that's still a lot.
30
of years.
wins?
Yeah, I mean that would be 3.
You would need Brady back to get that.
Well, he ain't coming, and I don't think they would want to work together either.
How old is Belichick's going to be? 70.
He's in it. I want to say 72, but I could be wrong.
It's much closer, but it's still going to be at least 2 or 3 years.
All right, what do we got?
A good year.
Shula's at 347, Belichick's at 331, and not really rising this season.
Okay.
How good was Shula?
So he's 16 back.
Really good. And Shula coached forever. You forget,
Yeah,
man.
true.
He coached before the Super Bowl started. He retired when I was like 13.
And you had Baltimore. He was good there, right?
Yeah, forgot about. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's been around forever.
Damn.
Except he couldn't beat the Bills in the Super Bowl years. How you like me now? Like I hope Belichick goes somewhere else. I want to watch him not get this record and age out before.
It's at minimum 2 more years. So,
and that's 2 good years.
Yeah. Right. Vegas, I think, is my final answer with that.
Okay.
It's enough to win 7, 8, 9 games. He gets what he wants. They get him, and they continue to be average at best, and he gets his record and goes away.
The Chargers are stupid enough to do this. They're stupid enough to do this.
Or maybe Vegas is stupid too, though.
No, Vegas we know is stupid, but there's more stuff in the cupboard in Los Angeles. And it won't work. It will not work.
All right.
Who's willing to give him total power after everything that just happened? He's not going to work under anybody.
So that would have to be the Chargers?
Chargers, or I mean, Mark Davis would give him the
I
owner.
think just keep him in New England for 5 more years, let him win 3 games a year. He gets his record. The Patriots are awful for half a decade longer, and
I would enjoy that. Man, I can't believe they're going to blow his ass out.
Who would they put in New England?
It's a good question. You're
his
gonna
weirdo son.
Well, no, his weirdo son's coming with him. God, his kid is so weird with the tongue on the lips. Have you seen him on the sideline? He does this. If you're watching the live stream.
I didn't know he had a kid.
Yeah, his son's been his defensive coordinator for years now.
Yeah, didn't know that.
All right, so this could be the last year, the last game coming up that we see Bill Belichick on a Patriots sideline.
Look at that.
Against the Buffalo Bills. All right, we come back, we wrap it up, we tell you what we're doing tomorrow next here in the break room on CM. That's going to be a wrapperoo.
Patio. Wednesday, Hump Day, Rapper.
Yeah, for Wednesday Break Room CMF to make some hour Thursday. You know what that means?
I think we're going to bitch it up, buddy.
That's right, Bitch Voice Theater. Hopefully, Kimmy with jury duty today. Jury duty today.
Yeah.
Terrible Time Timmy coming in and saving us. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Hopefully she is back and ready to
we
roll
have to
them
see
out.
your ass tomorrow. Get out.
By the way, it's killing Tommy that Kimmy's not here. Sabres get beat bad by the Bruins last night.
No.
But that's not the worst part.
What's the worst part?
Their budding superstar, Tage Thompson, is going to be out several weeks after having an ankle and
Tage
wrist
is
injury.
out?
Shut up. Stop talking.
Is he Canadian Tage or American Tage?
He's American.
He is an American.
Oh, okay.
But his dad is Canadian, right? He just grew up in the States?
Oh, yeah, he played pro hockey, so.
Yeah. Anywho, that's a big problem. And
Tage
Timmy and I
is
are
out.
talking about this in the commercial break. And Tommy, who hasn't had his boat buddy that wants to talk about, what's the show called?
Blow Deck.
Bunch of bitches on boats. Bitch watch boat, Tommy. Tommy tries to squeeze in some boat talk, and we weren't having
Well, Captain Sandy sprained her wrist last
it.
night.
Who cares, man?
Well, I guess her boyfriend.
By the way, captains give the worst HJs. You know that, right? It just goes back
You
and
would
forth.
know
like-
how many times you go on those cruises and want to tour the wheelhouse.
It's time to go home. For Terrible Time, Timmy, who did an admirable job filling in. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Tried my hardest. Can't read, though.
For Tommy Muley, who also can't read
Can't.
and loves a Captain HJ, which was also his superhero name at military school. My name's Pat Duffy. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. in the break room on 96.5 WCMF.